Hi guys.
Wait, what? We didn't do the intro. We didn't do the thing.
We didn't do the
He was
thing.
waiting
That's
for
true.
He was. I was expecting him to do something weird. That's why I just stared into the middle distance because I was like, all right, well, what's he gonna
It's
do?
No,
true.
we're live now. I was gonna do a whole thing. I was gonna be pressing Y, and I was gonna say like parry it, Gustav. I've lost it now. Oh
Lost
damn.
the plot.
You'll have to
Oh,
wait for
no.
it next time. Welcome everybody to episode 15 of the SixPackPodcast. We are guestless. That's why we're a bit out of sorts.
Yeah.
Feel right. We've not had, like, for reference, normally beforehand the guests will know this. All the guests, they know this. We play like the natural six like theme beforehand.
Yeah, to get in the mood.
Yeah, get in the mood. And like, you know, I always kind of like do something stupid involving like doing the Macarena mostly, like trying to sync it up and time it up, which is like, it's not a very Macarena-able song, but I implore you to try it. It's an attempt. It's worth it. And we've just been thrown straight in the deep end. We've not done that. It doesn't feel right. I've not done my rituals, but you know, we must carry on.
The show must go on, Harry.
For those who come after.
Well done, Shan. Well done.
Yep. Thank you.
We will return to regular scheduled service next episode for you, Harry, just to make sure that, you know, things don't go completely off the rails.
Can't have that.
Any housekeeping? Shan, Harry.
Housekeeping. I got faster internet.
Great.
Exciting.
Fantastic.
Just letting everybody know we should have less issues. We got upgraded the white Xfinity box over there. Me and my mom kept getting error messages. So imagine my surprise. I came home from work one day and Mom was like, "Oh, did you get to go through? Because they sent the box." And I was like, "No." And I was like, "Where did they get this box to us?" I hope we don't get 20 Xfinity Comcast boxes now, because neither of us could get through, and I tried like 30 times. But yeah, so hopefully no issues here. Hopefully no issues at parties, unless my power goes out, as it so often does nowadays. But yeah.
So
yay.
you had a
Housekeeping.
black box before, you've now replaced, or a gray box, and now it's a white box?
It was a gray box. It had a kind of angled top, and then it was like kind of weirdly like trapezoidal shaped. And
Excellent.
they upgraded it to a white mesh one, which is where I think a lot of the things are doing, like the mesh stuff now. And it was like, they were just like, "Hey man, we're not charging you anymore. We just want to upgrade your box because we do faster internet now." So fingers crossed there's less like internet issues in the future, because I don't like that. I have video games to play.
Games to play, people to see,
Exactly.
things to do.
Mm-hmm.
I
Right.
don't really like have any housekeeping, but the only housekeeping I want to do is, Shan, can you like hold up the baguette again to the camera?
Oh God.
For the video viewers only, but
Preface, I bought a wrist rest at Target because I wanted to get a headset hook for my headset so I could hang my headset up somewhere. And I saw this and I couldn't resist, and you're not going to be able to see it.
it's chromatic. It's so cool.
It's a baguette. Here, I'll try and like hold my hand over it so you can see the colors. It's a baguette wrist rest for my keyboard. Wee baguette. Every time I hold it, I think
It's
about
so
that.
shiny.
Yeah, there's a TikTok out there for all you TikTok users that someone filmed Ben at the IGN Claire Obscure event. His baguette was real, and he was on stage just nomming down, eating the baguette on stage, and it was like with this girl going like wee baguette, like saying all these French words. It's very funny TikTok, but that's how I feel when I hold this. I just can't eat it. It's not real. It's flat it's flat.
It just kind of like
it is real. It's just not edible.
Sort of like light Fresneling effects. Just like it really gives off like this is, you know, like a powerful item. Like this is a legendary Fortnite item. You've gotten the legendary Fortnite baguettes.
It does look like you could do some damage with that from a home invader.
Yeah.
Like
Sure.
It's good for good for weapon.
It's very squishy, but
yeah.
wee baguette.
I think you can knock a guy out with that,
Chatem
no
baguette.
problem.
Yeah,
I will
sure.
say though, there is like nothing better than, you know, when you go to like the shops, you get like a little, you know, baton baguette, and then you do just kind of like eat a nice cold
I
baton baguette
do
as you
like
go
eating a
back
baguette.
home.
Like,
Fluffy
I,
inside. Oh my days.
you guys don't know what, I don't know if Doc knows, but you probably don't, Harry. Panera Bread. And they, like, you get a slice, like a decent, like, no matter what you get, you can choose to get as your side a decent chunk of baguette. And it's quite good baguette for like fast food, well, not, slightly upscale fast food, but like, and I sometimes I think about going in there and just buying a baguette and just having a baguette and just like snacking on baguette all day.
Is fast food bread not just a bakery?
They do bake it, but you never know. So like when I worked at Barnes and Noble, our baked goods were like shipped to us frozen, and we just put it in the oven and baked it.
It's true
So
for
yeah,
like most of France.
yeah.
Most of France does not like make its own
Yeah.
croissant on site and all this. They get them frozen and
Yeah.
they bake them.
What I will say though is I've met the baker at our Panera, and like she'll work crazy hours because like I saw her the day before a holiday or the day after a holiday, something crazy, and she was like there late because since they were closed the day before, she had to come in like Christmas night, Thanksgiving, it was Thanksgiving or New Year's, she had to come in that night and bake overnight because they had no leftover pastries because they were closed for the day. So like, and she was really, she's like, I really like it. I get to put my head down and just work. It's quiet. I then get the day off. It's super nice. But like, it's intense because she has to bake all the bread, all the pastries, all the cookies, and they do bread bowls, they do sandwiches. Like, so she has to bake all that stuff overnight so that they'll be ready when they open after the holiday the next morning. It's crazy. But Panera is nice. It's like soup, salad, sandwiches. Yeah.
Very nice.
Excellent. In lieu of a guest, then, before we
what are we gonna
review
do?
last episode, do you have a favorite bread item?
Like how bready is bread? Like what do we?
The bread of bread is bread.
Is pastry, like, to what extent do pastries count within the bread category?
I think if it's puffed pastry or filo, then
Okay.
I think that qualifies.
Oh man, that was a nice phyllo pastry thing that I do like. Okay, if we're allowed, like, if pan au chocolat is allowed, pan au
I
chocolat,
see why not.
because pan
That
has
is-
bread in
It's
it.
literally bread with chocolate. So yes.
There you go. The alternate spicy one is having like basically, I forgot what they're really properly called, but it's like a cheese twister, but you put like Parma ham, like you put Parma ham in the middle, so you get like sort of like cheese and sort of like ham, basically twisters with the phyllo
Excellent.
pastry. Pretty good.
Shan?
This is tough because I never really think about it that way. I just like eat the bread. If I had to pick like a phyllo dough item, like I have a baklava problem. I love baklava. I also love a spanna coppita. So like those are nice little bread products. In lieu of like, because obviously I love croissants and things like that, but like I want to talk about, like, I'm trying to think if there's a bread. Like if I was given a bread, I love a focaccia. I could just eat focaccia. There's like several types of bread I could probably just eat. Like I like going to the we have lots of Amish people where I'm from. I like going to the Amish market and getting like different breads because they have all kinds of breads. They have like breads that have like sun-dried tomato in them. They're very good. So like I just like bread. I like a nice, like a cool bread. Oh, you know what? Red Lobster cheddar biscuits. There you go.
Okay.
The fabled Red Lobster cheddar biscuits. There you go.
Okay.
They are delicious.
Have
They are
you
fantastic.
had a pizza bianca? It's like a focaccia,
Describe.
but it's like a focaccia except it doesn't have the extra stuff on top. It's literally white pizza is the name,
Yeah.
right?
So I was gonna
Um,
say I like white pizza, but I don't know if I've ever had focaccia.
it's a very similar consistency. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I love white pizza. Like,
it's
ugh, I could always
quite
mess
tasty.
with a white pizza.
Yeah, I mean, for me, just that freshly baked standard white roll coming out of
Freshly
the
baked bread. Oh,
oven.
sourdough too. Ugh,
Yep.
nothing better than fresh bread.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Unless you're
Soda bread. How could I forget soda bread?
soda breads are
Oh,
good.
we Acme, my a local grocery store chain. They do soda bread scones around St. Patrick's Day, and I love to buy them, slice them open, toast them. They have the raisins in them and everything. Like to slice them open, toast them, put some butter on them. Oh my god, it's like the best thing in the world. Soda bread is so good. So good. Delicious.
Excellent.
Yeah. Soda bread.
Are you partial to a hot cross bun, Harry?
No.
No.
No. Because like they tend to have like, you know, or the things they have in them. Like I don't really have allergies,
Mhm.
but
But I
even
do
though it's
if
kind
it's a
of
hot cross
binary. No, it's like it's like the thing is I can have stuff like hazelnut. Like specifically it's
Right.
hazelnut. Very specifically hazelnut.
Okay.
Like I'm fine with peanuts, I'm fine with all your nuts, everything. I love a good nut
All
here
your
and there.
nuts.
I love
Yep.
them all. But hazelnut specifically, it's like when I have it, it like kind of like really causes my like throat to become quite scratchy. But like it's not like a thing of like, oh, I'm gonna die if I have like a hazelnut overload or whatever. But it's just like
Yeah.
it just makes my throat like uncomfortable for a while, and then that kind of like persists for a bit, and it's just like that feels like a very slight allergic thing. But I don't know why. So specifically hazelnuts, so like no Nutella for me. No Nutella for me. And a hot cross buns also kind of trigger it as well. So I think they've got hazelnut in them, unless I'm like wrong.
I have never made a hot cross bun, so I couldn't tell you.
Well, the ones I've had, I've had hazelnut in them, because unless they've been sneaking them inside, trying to like kill me
Right.
through
I will-
small
I will
dosages.
Google it while you guys
Yeah.
episode review last episode. While you guys go look at the
Oh,
comments.
yeah, let me pull that
Because
up.
I've seen them
I
all.
always, I have too, but I always forget.
Now
to
you're
pull it back
literally
up and
making
look
us
again.
making sure that we do it this time. Okay, yeah, comments, because I know I definitely have like, I think yes, last time I said some opinions probably. I don't know. Let's see what happens.
I realized
yeah.
I forgot to say what my theory was, so I did finally say it in the chat, and was surprised at how well received I was. Maybe I'll cover it again later in the episode. Let me see.
Yeah, in terms of like stuff, we've got obviously like Kenneth being like, yeah, thanks for the podcast as always. Casey was a cool guest. Casey was a cool guest, very cool
Casey
guest.
was a
Thank you,
cool
Casey
guest.
Kovac. That was awesome.
Gateway.
And that we'll need to have him back on once his card has been drawn. Yeah, totally.
100%.
And also, Final Fantasy VIII is still the best one. And what other game can you draw? Can you draw magic for 45 minutes? Does anyone who's played Final Fantasy VIII understand what that means?
You said
Not off
Final
the top
Fantasy
of my head,
VIII?
but
I haven't played Final Fantasy VIII yet.
we'll have to ask Ben next time we see him.
Like, get Ben in here.
Who's the?
Maybe that could be my cameo. No, I'm just
You can
kidding.
ask him. You can ask him.
Yeah, just ask Ben.
Nothing on hazelnuts related to hot crust buns, Harry, but could have been the types of spices that are used. Not agreeing with you.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
Dang. It's just
cool.
rejecting me, I guess.
Yeah, I look forward to the opportunity of having Casey on again.
Things from
fun.
Mark as well. He says Harry's reaction to Dr. K's intruder was just the best. Oh, that was brilliant.
That was so. I didn't know what to do. I just remember going like,
Yep.
Yup.
Mm-hmm.
just kept talking. I just kept talking.
No, you cannot have ice cream. You need to go to bed. That was the conversation that was being
10
had.
p.m. ice cream.
No.
That was technically the first podcast we've had like 5. We've had 2 guests on. Technically.
Yeah,
2 guests, yes.
yeah. That was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Doc, you're forgiven. Noon has forgiven you.
Yes.
I've been somewhat forgiven. Yes.
Yes, you've been forgiven. Yeah, like some more stuff from Short Trek Hero as well, like in terms of level 8 stuff. Good. I was gonna ask about this later. That's good.
Okay.
Yeah, Doug has done like an ASI, I believe. So thank you, Short Trek, for keeping track of that. Yeah, a bunch of other stuff.
Short
I
Trek
can't
was
really
the
read.
one who had for spoiler's sake I won't say exactly what it was, but
I think we're allowed.
somebody asked, a character asked Harry's character if they could do something, and Short Trek immediately said no, they can't do that, and Harry was like, yes she can. And I was like, oh no, that's terrible. And that was mentioned in the comments
yes.
as well.
Yes.
It was so so sad.
We had a discussion about that separately. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Tragic.
Where
It was
he and I
truly
both
tragic.
agreed. There was a bit of bending of the rules there, I think. Mostly because it's probably going to be another half a dozen episodes before they actually get to someone who could carry
Yeah,
them.
you might as well just do it now
Wow.
while they're asking.
Wow.
Yes.
We don't know.
We do not. We do
Fine.
not.
Sorry, the spoiler tags aren't on yet. Ignore what I just said, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Nothing's happened. Nothing's going to happen in the next 10 episodes.
Nothing's going to happen. Nothing will happen going forward.
Nothing
All right.
has happened in Natural 6 so far.
I'm
Nothing has
still waiting
happened.
to do my curses page on the thing, but I haven't gotten confirmation on where to put it.
We're just
Holly's busy.
making it all up. as
By
we go
the
along.
9, Holly. Just kidding. I love
Yes.
you. You're my favorite, Holly. Don't tell
Holly
anyone
is
you're my
Holly is
favorite.
very busy. It is very clear.
They're very busy right now.
I think all of them
Very,
are,
very
but
busy.
her especially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's about to travel for
Yes.
Gamescom.
For a couple weeks, I think, even.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Gamescom's big.
All right. News. Speaking of Gamescom and things of that nature,
He'd come out.
obviously July is about to finite.
But we still got
Excuse
plenty
me.
of stuff to happen.
We do. We have the lovely episode 32 of Clax
I'm so behind on my Patreon content.
coming up. Yeah, I'm behind as well. Need to catch up and also listen to some of Holly's short stories.
Yeah.
I need to do the same as well.
And
I
I
need to
wanted
catch
to
up
start.
with Plax in general.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's that. I need to catch up on literally everything that isn't episodes in Action Surge. And I also wanted to start from the beginning so I could have notes from the beginning so that I can have things to cite because I can't cite anything before episode 25. And I haven't done it. All I've written down is their stats going into episode 0. Or going into episode 1. I don't know if they use their episode 1 stats in the 0.5.
In the
I'd have to look.
0.5,
Yes, I
question.
think they. I think they most likely
they rolled before, right?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
rolled before. So but
Episode
either
0
way,
definitely happened.
That's going way back.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So either way, I have them written. This is gonna be my nice notebook that eventually all my notes will go in. So I have their stats written in the nice notebook,
Mm-hmm.
and then I just have to start actually taking notes. So
Fabulous.
lots for Shannon to do
Sweet.
by the 9.
Anything else? I think you got a couple more days on the Patreon sale. So
Yes.
if you have not got a chance and you
Unleash
want
the feast.
to unleash the feast,
Unleash
Yes.
the 561C7.
exactly.
Yeah, you have to
Discount
also drop
code.
the code 561C7.
561C7. Exactly.
561C7 the feast.
Multiple people have been asking like why I made the code 561C7 and what does it mean?
Yeah, Doc,
I'm like,
why did you do it? Why did you do that, Doc?
I did
Yeah,
not.
why
I
did
did
you
not
do
decide
that?
this code. I have nothing to do with the code.
As you will know, you run Patreon. You run SixPackpedia. That's
You
close
run
enough.
everything.
Close enough.
I have no responsibility for the 561C7, or do I? Anything else? We're
Ooh, Natural Six related. I don't think so.
anything else news-wise?
Like Natural Six news.
I think
Something
we
Natural
we
Six
did
didn't
we
have.
did the math during the watch party, and we're
Yeah.
like 111 hours or something like that.
Something crazy.
The same number three
this point?
times.
Oh,
oh my God. 111. It's like
So
33 expedition. Hold on.
That still makes me laugh when they were like, "It's episode Expedition 33."
Yeah.
They were like, "We did a one shot for Alex, so now we have to acknowledge Ben or he'll explode."
something tells me Ben does not need any additional attention.
It's a joke. It's a joke. I must preface, it's a joke.
But yes. All right. Then I think we're good. Cast wise, Alex is back streaming.
Yeah,
He's
it's birthday
currently
tomorrow,
it's his birthday tomorrow. He is in his birthday stream as we speak.
When this drops, it will be his birthday. So happy birthday, Alex!
Happy birthday!
I just message in the chat right now and just say we're doing Six Pack podcast and we'll say happy birthday. I'm gonna do that right now.
Are you doing it in the Twitch chat? Sweet.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to go in the Twitch now and see it. Hold on. So distracted. I'm ADHD. I promise.
Keep distracting. It will cover up the sound of my keyboard typing.
Alex Jordan. Oh no, come back. I misspelled Jordan. Come back.
Hello,
Jordan
Alex. We are recording Six Pack podcast right now and wanted to say happy birthday in brackets for tomorrow.
I'm in an ad right now.
In brackets. In brackets for tomorrow. Smiley face a bunch of times.
I'm still in an ad. So
I'm still in an ad as
is.
well. There you go. We sent it in.
Excellent.
See what happens there.
I'm logged out, so I can't send a message. Got in just in time.
Oh no, he's reading it. He's reading it. Hold on.
Live reactions, guys.
We got it.
Oh fudge! You're gonna have to edit this in.
What? What am I editing in?
We got him.
Hold on. Let me just say thank you. We kind of are
I'm
recording
trying to log
with
in
OBS.
so I can also say something.
It's sort of complicated.
Uh-huh.
But Doc can figure it out.
What?
Smiley face.
What am I
don't worry about it.
What am I? Harry, what am I figuring out?
He wants us
Alex
to
just like
splice
basically
the
read it out
hello.
and then just gave a live message out there like right then, being like, if you guys are recording this on OBS right now, hello, it's effectively. So you could do that or you could not do that. I just realized I've given you editing duties to do, and I forgot.
Yeah, I probably won't do that, but maybe I'll find a way to get that recording and then share it through the screen share.
Jan, just clip it if you're on there. Clip it if you're on there.
Yeah, clip it.
Clip it. Oh God, I don't know how to clip.
Oh my God. Look, I will do it. Let's talk about a different topic. I will do it.
All right.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
okay.
I'll talk with Doc while we do it.
I'm
gonna
there was
leave
a
the
there was a
stream
marriage.
Open. There was a marriage. It was very funny because like me, I don't look for these things, but everybody started posting about it in the server. So I was like, oh, I guess we're gonna acknowledge it. Yeah, Ben got married over the weekend. Yay. The polycule did it. My joke was congratulations to the polycule. But it was just Ben. It was just Ben. There was a nice, it looked very nice.
Yeah.
Everyone looked great.
Everyone looked great.
Fantastic.
Everyone looked great. I had assumed that I think I've watched an interview where he said his wife, but maybe it was his fiance.
He might have just so I have a close friend who when I initially met her, she walked away for a little bit and he kept referring to her as his wife. And later on she said to me, I don't know why he keeps doing that. We're not married.
We're not married.
It's like, but he's just so excited to marry her that he just did it. So like, maybe that's part of it. I do remember somebody mentioned that he had said in an interview that he was getting married this month. So I suppose if we didn't hear anything by the last weekend, it would have had to be this past weekend. But yeah, the whole six pack. I saw Seb was there because in one of Holly's pictures you could see his name tag.
It says his name.
So,
Yes.
Yeah, it was the whole gang was there. Very cute, very nice. The pictures looked great. The wedding looked like it was probably really, really fun. So congratulations, Ben. And I believe, like, I don't want to say this, but I believe I said to my friends, like, time to shut up, freaks.
I think we'll move swiftly on.
Move on.
To
Congratulations, Ben.
Congrats, Ben. Dead take.
Go right to Ben again.
Right to Ben.
Yeah,
Dead
congrats,
take out
Ben.
the-
Sorry, I was
Neil
like 10
Duwan
seconds.
Congrats
and
again, Ben.
Abu. Yeah.
Happy birthday, Ben.
Yeah.
It's not his birthday.
This is close enough.
Yeah, so dead take. I remember I was at work when they said, like, oh, the next thing we have to do is announce the release date, and then, like, they released they announced the release date, and it was literally like, oh, it's the end of the month. So great. But yeah, I'm very excited, even though I'm probably going to be spooked to death. Because I'm not a huge scary game player.
I don't know
specifically
how-
from first person.
I don't know how scary it's going to be, but
So it's not even spooks, it's tense. I don't like feeling tense for long periods of time. So, like, the worst parts of Resident Evil 2, for instance, for me, was when I had to run from Mr. X because I could hear him the entire time. And I was like, I don't like this. I saw they released a scene from Weapons where, like, it's not even the scariest part was what you saw. It was the music plus what you saw. So, like, depending, it might still spook me because I just don't always like feeling like waiting for it to happen.
The tension, basically?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the weight that kills you.
all right, guys.
But I'm excited because I'm excited to see like Neil and Ben physically going head to head because it's literally them. They're not like it's literally them.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
their
well, definitely.
faces. It's not
Definitely. Yeah, it is literally them. Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, I'm informed by Harry that this is the correct time stamp in the video
That's the
from
time stamp.
Alex.
Does
Slice
it
of
play
it.
audio? Does it play? Will you be able to play audio
Yeah.
We're
for the
gonna
audio viewers?
We're
We're
gonna find out.
Gonna find out together. Hope
Adira,
so.
watch this.
Yo! Hello, Alex. We're recording Six Pack Podcast right now and wanted to say happy birthday for tomorrow. If you're literally recording on OBS and you have this open right now, hey, Six Pack, how you doing? Thank you very much for the birthday wishes for tomorrow. I appreciate it. It's good to see you. Keep watching this podcast.
And then he
Yay.
put in a pause. Yeah, he put in a pause for commentary. But there you
Yeah.
go. Thanks,
So-
thanks, Alex.
I will see how that works out. We were watching
out.
the clip live. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, that was fun. That was a fun thing to do. That was a silly thing for us to go do.
Yeah, Dead Take. Yeah, Dead Take.
Excuse
That's game. I didn't realize it was gonna come out. Damn.
Yep.
Yeah,
It was
I'm
really
very
quick
excited.
from initial
Yeah.
announcement to. I mean, it wasn't quite shadow drop kind of level,
No,
but
they announced it and then it was already ready to go.
yep.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
it'll be. I'm told it's 4 to 5 hours.
Yeah.
That's
Let
wow.
me
That's
actually
cool.
open my Steam and pull that up.
So
I'm interested in like learning a bit more about what the dev cycle like for this was like because again it feels like it's been a very short dev time because like
Yeah.
I believe they're probably prototyping it for like little bits and then they just kind of like got the funding and could just go
could just-
straight in.
yeah,
Yeah.
I have not watched the acting 101 from June. I don't think. But one will be coming up, so that's where Abu, Ben, Erika Ishii, and Alana Pierce talk about acting and game dev a little bit.
Well, I hope they
And normally
talk about their
Abu
game in it.
talks about a little bit about what's going on. So the next episode of that should come out here in a few days. I wonder if he'll be on and if they'll talk about it.
I know
So-
he
Exciting.
tweeted today about it because I saw it because his tweets have been like showing up, and I know he said he was like blown away by the team that they were
And how
able,
they
like-
were able to execute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like it sounds like even he might have not necessarily known how quickly they were going to get this game done.
Uh-huh. Yeah. It'll be interesting because it sounds like, or at least from the previews and stuff, they'll be how they're going to work sort of full motion video into
An American Ben unsettles me. I'm sorry. It's so unsettling.
It is
It's
actually
so
kind of unsettling. Yeah.
Like because he said they played a very short clip, and I was like, is he American? And then they play a longer version of that clip. I was like, oh no, he's American. I was so unsettled because like obviously this is like likely the first time any of us have heard him like do that as not a joke. So I was like, oh no.
Have you seen? Okay, but Shan, have you seen Ben in the episode of Death in Paradise that he's in?
No, I suppose I should.
My
now,
gosh, I forget what his accent in that is, but his accent, like his like, you know, his voice in that threw me through a loop as well, in a good way. Hey, this is what actors do.
He did a couple little slips at PAX, like when he was doing little gags, like I can't say exactly what he said because it was with a cuss, but during serving cantrip, he delivered a line in like a very southern drawl. I'm sure you can guess what it was. I can't say it, but you can go ahead and guess.
I can guess. Yes.
And so like I was like, oh, that's, well, I mean, but southern draws are typically pretty easy for British people to do because like they do come, a lot of them come from a British accent. So like that made sense. But like a flat, like normal American accent, that's trippy, man. I'll find out the accent. I'll go check it out.
Just for reference, in Death in Paradise, he played a character called Chad Berinsky.
Oh God, yeah, he's definitely. Yeah, that's a name.
He's only in one episode, right, Harry?
Yeah, I mean, so basically, like, you know, Death in Paradise is like, you know, Midsummer Murders, but like, what if it was like spicy and tropical?
Spicy and tropical.
It is. It's spicy and tropical. It's fun.
Isn't
it's
that
like, I
the
love
White
it.
Lotus? I'm kidding.
It is.
I don't know.
It is.
I like Death in Paradise.
And
because Death in Paradise has like a good formula where I can very consistently tell you who the culprit is from the intro. Like there's a little intro bit where they basically show like, you know, some bits, and it's, you know, the bit of the foreshadowing it, and it's, you know, it's very contemporary mystery. It's like they lay out the clues in the first half, although they don't in that first section. They actually do not lay out all of the clues. But just through like experiencing it and through vibes, my patented vibes-based analysis works like a solid 80% of the time.
Yeah.
And like most of the time it's like, okay, this person looks too suspicious, so it's not gonna be them. But if they're looking too suspicious, then it goes back around to being them. As far as I remember, like from the intro, like, you know, Ben's character wasn't giving culprit vibes. wasn't giving culprit vibes in that he looked too guilty. Like, you know, he looks a bit too like he's got too much of a motive to do it.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
But just the slightest little bit. Got layers.
Have you ever watched Murder, She Wrote?
It is of that same vein.
Yeah, Murder, She Wrote kind of, they didn't always kind of give you an idea who the culprit was, but sometimes you can figure out. And then there's shows like Law and Order Criminal Intent where they specifically show you who did it sometimes, because it's not about who did it, it's about why.
About how they catch them. And
how they catch them, sure.
Yeah.
So like I know exactly what you're talking about.
What's the Agatha Christie guy, like Poirot?
Hercule Poirot or whatever. Yeah, I know who you mean.
It's like that.
Allegedly, I can watch this on Amazon Prime Video, so I was just looking up where I could watch it. So.
Death in Paradise.
Yeah.
I thought of the like.
I'm American, so British shows are harder. There it is. Wait, is it only
like,
on if I have BritBox?
What if like Midsummer Murders, or, you know, like it's like, you know, I don't know, I've not seen like NCIS or whatever, but it's like it's that, you know, serialized, like, you know, one, you know, murder of the week kind of show.
Each episode is there is a sort of background narrative that is linking the episodes, but they are very
it's kind of like that in Death in Paradise, but very, very lightly. In terms of it's very lightly, and it's always about retirement. Because it's like, what if Midsummer Murders, but also like elements of Doctor Who in terms of the main investor guy gets replaced by a different Scottish guy every now and then. But like not through like regeneration. Like it's always through retirement.
Inspector Who, yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
kind of like Inspector Who kind of things on that. I think I forgot his name. I think Humphrey. Dude, Humphrey, when he was the fudging lead, dude, he was the peak of the show. He's the peak of the show. And
Doesn't
no
he
one
have
could
his
tell me
own
otherwise.
series now?
I think so because he was, he was
'Cause
just
he was
that
peak
good.
of the show.
He was peak
Yep.
of the show. He was good.
It's, let me death.
All right, see, I
This
need
is
to
so
guys, when you search Bed
rabbit
Star, when
hole.
you try to search Death in Paradise, it comes up with Death Stranding, which reminds, I don't know if you guys have seen that video of the
Huh?
guy interviewing Troy Baker as if he's Ben Star.
Yes.
It's very, very
great.
funny.
It's very good.
It
very
is
good
great.
video.
The spin-off series is called Beyond Paradise.
Wow.
Wow.
And stars the lovely
Sounds like he
Humphrey
died.
Goodman.
But like I don't think he's
Yeah.
dead.
There's a second
I don't think he's dead.
second spin-off called Return to Paradise.
I think that's because he
Um,
came back eventually. I think he came back eventually after a little while for a few
I
runs.
know that guy. The guy who played the one detective. He I think he plays a detective. He's in a bunch of videos. I think it was on Primeval back in my Primeval days. I loved the show
Pass.
Primeval.
Right.
All right, I'll look this up
Moving
later, yeah, 'cause
swiftly
I
on
can't
from
find
the
it. Beyond
or the Death in Paradise
We've
podcast
strayed so far away
Um,
from God.
onto
Mhm.
doing lately, guys.
Yeah, what have we been doing lately?
Who wants to kick us off?
You never go first. What have you been doing lately?
Yeah, it's true.
Uh,
Go first.
Harry knows a bit of this because I talked to him about it when we were together in person.
Yeah.
Lots of work stuff going on at the moment, so very busy. But managed to work in some Death Stranding 2, and I have finished the game.
Oh wow.
Very enjoyable. Very Kojima. The ending, the last 5 hours are peak Kojima, like peak Kojima. There is it could not be more Kojima. More Kojima could not be fit onto your television set. It is. If you ever get a chance to play it, Harry,
I'm going to. The only question that I'm going to ask, but I need you to not give me an answer to this. When you say last 5 hours and peak Kojima, I'm genuinely scared because like the thing that I like Death Stranding, apart from with massive asterisks being the ending, not for any reasons of the content, it's just purely because the ending is basically a 3 hour long, like full 3 hour long sequence where not one point you can save and exit the game, and like the point of no return is like really invisible. So I literally, that because I played it when it came out and I had like my like mock exams like the next morning, and I was forced, I had to stay up until 3 a.m. finishing Death Stranding because I was literally being like, please Kojima, let me go to bed.
let me
Like look, does the credits roll more than 3 times in Death Stranding 2?
No.
Oh my, thank gosh, he's learned his lesson.
It rolls
Oh,
once. I did stay up till almost 3 a.m. to finish the game,
Okay.
but not for the reasons I think you are implying.
Yeah. It's just the entire ending sequence. It's like, lol, you just can't like save anymore and you have to complete it. And like, I can't shut down my PlayStation. It's on fire. Oh my days.
That kind of stuff with this game is a lot better.
I've heard the UX is a lot better.
The UX
on-
is better. It is. There's just so many options now. I think, without turning this into a Death Stranding 2 review podcast, you can play the game kind of any way you want in terms of approaching the challenges that are put in front of you. And there are so many tools they give you, like all the quality of life stuff in one, and then even more stuff. So it can be a bit overwhelming if you unlock everything. And that does make for a lot of inventory management. Which things am I going to use to do this? Which things am I going to use to do that? You know, up, down, So there's a lot of that, and it's hard to do that on a controller, right? It's a kind of similar issue I had towards the end of Expedition 33, where just the UI becomes overwhelmed with the number of choices that you have to kind of select and pick,
Yeah.
right? And scrolling up and down by using the D-pad up, in that kind of stuff is just kind of really quite irritating, right? So, but honestly, that's like the only gripe I've got with the game.
The only like cutscene I've
Is-
properly seen from it, like super like early, is just it's the cutscene where you meet the character called the President, which is already just like the context of his character existing and being the same actor as the friggin'
It
Senator
is-
Armstrong from
Like I said,
Metal Gear Rising.
it is.
I've seen that cutscene and I'm like, I'm in. It's the goofiest introduction to a
The
character.
game is peak Kojima. Is all I have to say.
Can't wait.
I've already said it, and I will say it again.
I'm
Yeah.
adding the first one to my wish list because I've never actually played it.
Oh wow, I think
think
you'd
I-
like it.
I think I couldn't play it at the time was the problem. And then I was like, I'm weird, but is this too weird for me? That said, I like the trailers gave me the biggest giggles all the time. Like I was obsessed.
If the
with all
trailers give you
trailers.
giggles, yeah, you'll enjoy it. You'll enjoy it.
And I will say I really do love that he cast unless his last name is right in front of me, I can't pronounce it. Luca, who's in the Old Guard movies.
Yeah.
He plays the Italian guy.
Mhm.
So thrilled that he got cast this because I was like, he is beautiful, and I'm so glad that Kojima sees that and put him in as the guy who looks like Solid Snake.
And it's just a guy called Neil. His name's just
Yeah, it's just-
Neil.
his name's just
Neil.
He's got
Neil.
the most normal
Um,
name in the game.
Yep.
And so, like, he was like one of the draws for me because I really like Luca. I loved him in the Old Guard, and I also think he's got that perfect sadness for him for a Kojima movie. He looks perfectly sad, for a game. And so I was like, well, maybe I'll finally play the first one because I heard the second one was an improvement from the first one. So I was like, that would make me want to play the first one so that I can then play the second one.
It is a better game in every way, and a better, in my
Also,
view,
I
a better
love Lea
narrative.
Seydoux.
Pardon
I
me?
love her. Lea Seydoux.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I
No,
love
she's
her.
all the performances are great.
Yeah.
It's a better game in every way,
Mm-hmm.
just kind of from a game dev point of view, and how it functions, the UX, the very little jank, and I think it's a better narrative in pretty much every way. So it's just a better game.
That's good to hear.
Period.
That's
So
good to hear.
yeah, worth playing for sure.
All right,
I'm gonna
I
friggin'
added the
play
first
it.
one to my wish list. So the first one's on my wish list.
I'm gonna play it because like I have a very specific group of people who I'm gonna be like live stream playing it with, and I'll be the one playing it and suffering in
Yep.
doing so. Like one of my friends who's in this who is in this like is like kind of like very diehard Mads Mikkelsen Death Stranding fan. So
I
like
do love Mads Mikkelsen.
Kojima saying stuff like, oh yeah, like he's like he wants Neil to be better than the Mads Mikkelsen character. I hope I'm interested. I'm interested. Doc, you only get one word answer.
Uh-huh.
Neil versus Mads Mikkelsen's character. Cliff. That's his name.
Mads.
Oh, okay. Controversial. Actually,
Without-
probably not
without a doubt.
controversial. Yeah,
Without a
not
doubt.
controversial. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would recommend that anybody who plays the game,
Mhm.
I would recommend you not watch any of the trailers that were shown.
Oh, I don't remember any of them,
Oops.
so it's fine.
Well, I mean, I've not I stopped watching. The only one that I did, I stopped watching the trailers when it was like the proper one when they like announced the release date. I was like, you know what? Now I'm fully done like
That is,
watching these.
in my view, that's a good choice.
Yeah. Yeah,
because
that was the one where they announced like Luca Marinelli's.
Yeah,
like,
there's a bunch of
Yes.
stuff. There's a bunch of stuff, and Kojima loves to mess with you, right? So
Yeah.
there was a bunch of misdirection that was deliberate, I think, on his part, which I think is interesting if you did pay attention, if you paid close attention to those trailers. But I still think it takes away a little bit from the game to know that certain characters are present at certain times.
Yeah.
So if you've watched them already, don't feel too bad because not everything is as it appears. But if you haven't, I would recommend that you don't. Yeah.
Don't ask questions. It's Kojima.
It
true.
is. I look forward to talking about it with somebody who's finished the game. Because
wait to
it is
get to that point.
peak Kojima.
Mhm.
Cool. That's it for me.
And now you.
All right.
I'm taking
Well-
charge on this one, this section.
Okay.
Well done, Aaron.
So, I've not done terribly much because I've been sick and also just busy. But I've been I don't know if I said what I did in Final Fantasy 14, but I made a Verso alt because I thought it would be funny. And I ended up doing jobs I haven't done yet on him. And so I've just been playing, grinding away, enjoying doing Rogue and, well, now Ninja. But that's another complaint. Rogue and Bard content in A Realm Reborn. I just got to Titan with him. But I am on Dynamis, so queues are a little bit more obnoxious. So I tried to do Titan. The queue was taking too long, so I just went to bed. But yeah, so I've been doing that. But I also finished base Shadowbringers the other day, finally. And like did do a little crying, not a lot. I was too busy like, whoa, this is so cool. Also because the ending, this isn't in a bad way, it just feels more abrupt than some of the other endings that felt a little more dragged out. Like, you know, you get to the final area, you do a few quests, and all of a sudden it's Shadowbringers time. And you're like, whoa, wait. I thought I would be here longer. So it's not like a bad thing. It's just like, it just kind of hit me. I was like, wow, it's over. And even like the end cutscenes were kind of like, there was no real fanfare the way there was in others. Like, to compare it to like Heavensward, where you had a bunch of cutscenes of like celebrations and goodbyes and everything, and this one just ends with like a kid saying like, oh my god, was that you? Like, where did you come from? And the word is just going shh, and then it's over. And you're like, oh, okay. And I know I have patch content, and I've heard that the patch content for Shadowbringers is like very, very good. So like, I'm not feeling like I missed out. It was just a surprise. I was just surprised. Because Amarat felt like it was so much more than it ended up being. And that might be because I get to go back during the patch content and stuff like that. So I'm not terribly worried. I was just so excited to get to Amarat, and then like nothing happened. So that's my Final Fantasy 14 stuff. So I'll probably start the patch content in the next couple of days when I'm not grinding away at Rogue and Bard. I also started Resident Evil 4 finally. I'd only ever played the demo. But all my friends were playing it, and they were like, play it with us at the same time. So I did. So I started Resident Evil 4. I haven't gotten very far. Like I said, I only played for a little bit. I saw Superman. Excellent. It was excellent. I had a really great time. Not just because Superman's from Philly, but because, I don't know, I feel like a hopeful superhero movie is kind of fun once in a while. And the hopium was injected directly into the veins.
And to be clear, Shan, Superman, the actor, actor who plays
David
Superman,
Corenswet is from Philadelphia. Yes, not Superman himself. He's
Superman
from
himself, yes.
another planet.
Where's Clark Kent from then?
Well, Clark Kent is Superman. They are the same person.
Spoilers.
So,
Damn spoilers. But like, where does Clark Kent exist?
He's raised in Smallville, Kansas.
There's a place in Kansas called Smallville.
It's not a real place, mind
Aw.
you. It was like created.
Although it might be a
Metropolis
real
is also
place.
not real. It could be a real place. Metropolis is also not real. It's a fictional city in Delaware.
Oh.
Which the movie actually acknowledged it's in Delaware because there's Delaware license plates. Like, I was delighted by the attention to detail. And that's what James Gunn is great for, attention to detail.
And where's Gotham City then?
Gotham is in New Jersey, I think.
Where's that relation to Delaware?
Pretty close. Like
yeah.
this.
That's why they're always
Yeah.
like, like having like lovers quarrels and all that.
Yeah, so it's in the Northeast. So like it's Delaware, Pennsylvania, New Jersey.
Oh wow, yeah.
And then so they even put like a Philadelphia building in the skyline in one of the scenes. And it's a distinct looking building and you see it at night. So I spotted it immediately. As a little shout out to the fact that David's from Philly. But it was super fun. Like I said, attention to detail in James Gunn movies is always really great because there's a lot of really fun things you can find if you're looking around. Even though the Delaware license plate is not a real Delaware license plate, but they probably couldn't use real Delaware license plates for a reason. I see them all the time, obviously, because Delaware is 10 minutes down the road. But yeah, it was really good. I had a really good time. I want to see it again. I just came out of that movie feeling really happy. It's nice. So yeah, Superman good. And then I saw the Savannah Bananas, which is how do I describe them? It's a baseball team. Excuse me. They don't play like strict baseball.
That one of their cups.
Yeah, this is my.
Dude, that's such
big.
a clean transition. And it's shiny.
It's really big. Is it shiny? Oh,
It's-
you
I
can't.
mean-
Yeah.
Nah, it's cool.
It's because it's really big, and I wanted to put 2 seltzer waters in it for my throat.
Ooh.
So there's 2 seltzer waters. Well, not 2 anymore. I drank most of them. But they play something called banana ball, and it's like different baseball rules that are meant to make the game a little bit more fun and exciting. I doubt you've heard of the Harlem Globetrotters, but they were like a trick basketball team. They still are. They're just not as big as they used to be. A trick basketball team that travels around and does like, they'll do flips and stuff and crazy shenanigans on the court. This is kind of like that, except they're not scripted in any way. They're not planned. Like, it's baseball. You can't really plan baseball. Baseball just kind of happens. Like, we had 2 home runs at this fake baseball game. So, like, it's goofy. But they do, like, performances on the field. The game can only be 2 hours long. So, like, they'll be having, inter-inning entertainment while the game is still being played. So, like, Joey Chestnut, the famous hot dog eating competition guy, he wins, like, every year. He came down and had a hot dog eating competition on the field while they were still playing. There was a guy on stilts. Like, I have videos and pictures. It's crazy, but there was a guy on stilts pitching. One guy ran the bases and batted while on a unicycle. Like, a lot of really silly stuff. They brought out a baseball player who played for our World Series team when I was a kid. So that was really cool to get to see him at bat again, like I did when I was a kid. All kinds of crazy goofy. Their whole thing is engaging the audience as much as possible so that they feel, because baseball is a slow game. It can be kind of boring at times. And so they try to make it entertaining. So there's constantly music playing, constant audience engagement. The players go into the audience while the game is being played to like do stuff with them, play games, whatnot. If there's like a foul ball and an audience member catches it, that person's out. Like like normally in real baseball, that doesn't count. Whatever. No, you're now out if a person catches it. They pick someone from the audience to do a random audience challenge. Like if there's a play a call they disagree with, the audience member could be like, I disagree with that call, and maybe get it overturned. The umpires are dancing. People are doing flips and catching the ball. It's crazy. It's crazy stuff. But it was super fun. I've been kind of paying attention to, if not a fan of them, since they like started relying on social media during COVID. And they're super fun. They used to be a regulation baseball team. They were doing some of this crazy stuff while playing regulation baseball games, but now they just travel around and do the silly stuff. But it was super fun. I was outside all day though, so I was like exhausted, and I was still sick. And now that all that's over, I get to get ready for my 2 MCR concerts, My Chemical Romance concerts. So that's what you missed on Glee. I was surprised to have no questions from Harry about Banana Ball. That's why I was explaining it, because that way if you had any questions,
It was really good. That was good.
Explanation.
Thank you.
I've learned so much about bananas and banana bowls, bananas and balls and bows, and all of them.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, that's cool. No, that's fun.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So yeah. Okay, well, what I've been doing this week. Okay, first of all, technically I did this back in like March, but it only really got round till now. But I did some pottery.
Ooh.
I've got like this nice like little
So
extra
you didn't
bowl.
need me to bring you any bowls. You could have
This
made
bowl-
the damn
no,
things
no.
yourself.
Look at how big this bowl is. It's just the size of my hand, and you've seen my hands. I've not got big hands.
Oh.
This is just a regular little snack bowl. This is a snack bowl. You
Snack
cannot need anything in this. Look, it barely fits my fist in. Look to the camera. I shouldn't be doing that. That feels really
Please
weird.
don't do that.
I'm never gonna do that again.
It looks like a nice bowl, Harry.
This is a lovely bowl. It's got a good glaze on it. It's the Dundee Dundee Ceramics Workshop down in Dundee. It's very nice. I got like for Christmas a little basically taster session, like 4-hour, like, learn how to, do pots and all that. So yeah, I made a whole bunch of stuff. This is the best one of them, which is just like a lovely little bowl. I've got that forever for my snacks and stuff now. Very happy with that. And it just got out the firing, so I went and collected that. Came out really well. I'll go back and do it again. Yeah. Other things I've been doing media-wise, finally getting back into the Expedition 33, which is good. And, I won't say anything in terms of like spoilers or whatever, but still, continuing through towards the end game, you said elements. I've been talking about how I've been confused because there's a remix of a track that plays, except there's just like a French guy kind of yapping
Yeah, let me see if I
all
can
over
find
it.
actually, so I can tell you what it's called.
I don't
exactly
know.
What you're talking about.
It's like one of the themes of the game, but then there's just like a French guy just like talking all over it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on here, Chief, but like this is an interesting area. So yeah, I've been doing that. That's been interesting. In addition, little extra thing. One thing that came out this week, which was very nice after a 7-month wait, was Norfolk Wizard Game Episode 3, which Norfolk Wizard Game is by Alpha Busa / Ogre Poppenang, which are like a sort of animation production-y company that started doing What If the Emperor from Warhammer 40k had a text-to-speech device. If you've seen that, have you seen that, Doc? Do you know of it?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Dang.
I have heard of it, but I
yes.
have not seen it.
Yeah. They're the people behind that. Games Workshop infamously were basically like, no fan content is allowed anymore, even though they were very much bringing people into the world of Warhammer 40k in a very interesting way. So they were like, okay, screw you guys, we're gonna do friggin' Hunt of the Parenting, which is a Hunt of the Reckoning like animated series instead, talking about the weirdness of World of Darkness. As part of that, it's based in like Norfolk, UK, but they have another game which is Norfolk Wizard Game, which is their like actual play, which is like a very lightly animated. I really highly recommend you check it out because they're 2 episodes each. They're 2 hours per episode roughly, and it's done in a very like audiovisual format, based on Mage the Ascension, and it's based in Norfolk, Virginia, because it's the Norfolk Wizard Game. And yeah, I just love the animation that they do, because they do like almost like mini like animated PowerPoints to roughly represent the different scenes or some of the different things that kind of happen. So it's a good visual experience that's like good for people who don't watch tons of actual plays. So that's another good one. I recommend doing it, and it's very like modern and it's very interesting. So that came out very recently, and I've watched through that because they take ages to upload some of this stuff. But they've got a Patreon for that. What's coming up in the next few weeks? I very recently saw the trailer for this film that's called Weapons, and I don't recommend looking that up or showing that on the screen or whatever because it's a horror movie. It's a movie called like Weapons. I forgot who the guy is, like Jack somebody or Nick Clegg. No, that's the
Josh
that
Brolin
was the
is
coalition.
the
One of the
lead.
dads
Yep.
in it.
Mhm.
Yeah. The idea of the film, it's sort of like horror, kind of like thriller mystery, where essentially it follows a like high school teacher who one day basically comes in and like 16 out of 17 people in her class, like students, have just vanished, gone missing, and only in her class. Because they all got up at like 2:17 a.m. and basically like kind of like creepily ran into the distance, never to be seen again. And it's like, you know, the movie is like, what's up with that? And I'm like, you know what? I'm here for this. I saw one trailer which had like the guy who plays like, you know, Wong in like the Marvel series, just like basically like Naruto running.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about earlier.
Yeah. That's the
Bennett.
clip.
With the music that's
Benedict
super
Wong, yeah.
unsettling.
Yeah, it's so good. I've watched that and have been like, this feels like the most Jordan Peele movie that isn't like Jordan Peele.
Wait,
and
but
even
don't
though
you
there's
know the
history
story
with
about that?
I know
Yeah.
the story because then I looked up
my
and
God,
I found
it's
out the story.
crazy.
Which
Doc,
is that
do you know
apparently
the story about this?
About what?
Okay, go ahead, Harry.
So the script of Weapons, as far as I understand, it got like when it was being, you know, shopped around, Jordan Peele saw the script for Weapons and he was like, holy fudge, I want to fudging direct this one. Like he wanted that one so badly.
So
And
bad.
his managers lost the bidding war to like New Line Cinema. And
Yeah.
then Jordan Peele fired his managers because they lost the bidding war and he wanted it so badly.
Now, this movie has debuted on Rotten Tomatoes with 100%.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm starting to think he was right to fire them. But like, but yeah, that's why people were so interested before the trailers came out, because like allegedly he had fired his management team because they botched the bidding war for this movie.
Yeah.
Like he saw such potential in it that, excuse me, Adira, that like he really, really wanted it.
Yeah.
And oh, it's crazy. It's so
They forgot
crazy.
they forgot to like turn on automatic bidding like once it got down to the last few seconds on eBay or something. I
Yeah,
don't know.
sure.
I don't know how it works. But yeah, so
I
that
don't
looks
know.
really interesting. I'm interested in that. It looks very like I'm just very interested in that film. So when that comes out in a couple weeks' time, I'll go see it with my dad, I think. And the final thing is also like I can't really say too much about it, but in terms of life front, currently I've managed to get a very small mini games jobs. I'm no longer allegedly a game developer. I am officially probably a game developer. Asterisk.
Officially, probably.
Professional game developer.
Yeah, professional game developer, like, you know, working on a few interesting things. It's more just like basically polishing up and tidying things in a project that already exists. But it's a really cool opportunity. It's by some like a company in Canada, and that's all I'll say for the moment. But it's a game that will come out later this year, and I'm doing a cool, interesting few things to it. Like, yeah, shout out to French Canadian because I'm currently localizing the game entirely so it can be translated into French Canadian.
Oh boy.
There's lots of long words in the French language. So, yeah. Very cool. And that's all
Sweet.
I've done.
Excellent, guys. Well, I think we'll pick up our art showcase next episode. We did one last. There's some cool stuff coming out on the Discord.
It's because
Which
I
we
haven't
will
drawn anything, and
return
like, we
back.
know we can't have another.
We can't have another
art showcase
without
if
you
I don't draw
having
anything. I have
got
no
some
idea
items
what I need to draw.
in. So I think it's that time for the spoliers. And episode 34.
Yeah, as soon as it's up, I just want to point out, I
Spoliers.
can't believe I've gotten
didn't even see
further
ya.
vindication.
The
Yeah.
spoliers are
Vindication.
up. The
Hey.
spoliers are up.
Before like, because obviously, like, we're gonna talk about.
Let me make sure the spoliers are
Yeah,
up
make
on
sure it's up
on
before I say
all different scenes.
Yeah, make sure it's
Yeah.
up. Okay, so like, there's a moment in the action surge where Harry continues to vindicate everything I've said so far, and I just think it's the ADHD connection I have with Radian, because at one point Harry says, because the man makes another ill-fated suggestion, and like, I didn't think it was from a bad place either. It was just like him being like, oh, that's a bad idea, just think about it for more than 2 seconds. But like, so Harry was talking about how when Radian suggested that Dolly wear Nox's face to get them into the tunnels, which is not like the worst idea. Like, clearly he's coming from like a place. It's just not really well thought out. And so
Not the plan they needed right now.
yeah, like, and Ben's justification for why he suggested it from a Radiant's perspective also made sense. It was like, wouldn't it be so cool and empowering for you to take that and just be like, yeah, we're going in there, we're gonna like use him, whatever. But like, at one point during this discussion over this suggestion, Harry said, I've come to a realization about Radiant. This whole time I've been associating his decision making with his morality, but it's really not. It's, he has an idea, he thinks he should just suggest it, and then, see what happens. And I was like, yeah, that's pretty much what I've been saying the entire time. He's not evil, he's just an idiot.
I believe the quote was like, just because he suggests the plan doesn't mean he believes it's his moral plan.
Yeah,
It's his moral plan.
If Radiant suggests something, it's not because he thought it was because it was. If he suggests something, it was because it was the right thing to do. But he's realized it's not because he wants to do it. He suggests that it occurs to him because he thinks he should just share it. And the reason why he never really saw it that way was because his decisions always seemed so extreme. But it was really Radiant just throwing stuff at the wall. He's just being like, what if we do this? And then like getting yelled at, which that discussion was also very funny about the whole idea of like, why is everyone coming down my throat? Was very funny. And the fact that Ben didn't even realize he said
Ben didn't realize
is
it until
triply funny.
later on.
But like, yeah, but yeah, he's basically just throwing ideas at the wall and seeing what happens.
100% Shan. I think as you can probably tell from previous discussions we've had on this topic, my version of that is, if you do enough dumb stuff, then kind of you are the bad guy, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I think we
Boy cried wolf kind of thing.
Yeah, I think we got to a point where I think probably Ben realized as well, and it was interesting the dynamic at the table kind of towards the end of this episode, which we'll probably get into a little bit. But Ben kind of realizing, yeah, I can't just keep doing the thing that just comes to my mind first, or keep suggesting that, because what's happening is that people are going along with the thing that I suggest each time. And sometimes it has really kind of dire consequences, or at least perceived. And we've discussed the mechanics. As they get higher level, stuff just gets way more deadly, right?
Yeah.
And that's kind of like if you were playing a video game. Well, yeah, if you act like you acted when you were level 1, when you're level 30, then stuff, what the assumption is you are getting more skilled with the game as you are leveling up, right? Got to learn to parry. Exactly, Harry. And if you don't, then you just put yourself and then your colleagues in kind of more mortal peril constantly for kind of no reason other than just carelessness, right? And it was very clear that, I don't know, Ben had a pep talk with himself or other people had a pep talk with him and said like, hey man, like you gotta kind of smarten up here. And he did kind of smarten up, and then everyone came after him.
Everyone did, yeah. It's funny.
And yeah, I kind of felt bad a little bit for Radian and Ben at that time. It was just like, I'm
it
trying
was
to
a little
suggest
awkward, yeah.
stuff here,
It
guys.
was, I don't love to always defend Radian. Like, it just happened that this time I was like, no, I really don't think he's being bad. So I've been in his corner. And I don't always like to do that because he doesn't always do things I agree with. But yeah, they really did all come at him. And like,
Yep.
Ben explained too that like Radiant was coming from he didn't emotionally understand. And he reminded everyone at the table that they all don't know what she went through. And so of course he's not gonna think about that. Like, obviously he knows that she has an issue with, like, an emotional issue with Nox. He doesn't know the depth of it. So he's just suggesting that. And then as Ben pointed out, like, Radiant and Ben took that as, oh, I can't do it. Like, I literally can't do it. Okay, fine. I'll go ask Kel. He might be able to do it. And then it doesn't occur to him until it's explained to him that there's an emotionality, and he's like, you're right. Maybe we shouldn't do this. And, like, Ben even said that he really appreciated how it all played out, and he let it play out that way because he liked everything that was going on. And, like, he liked Elowen standing up for Dolly when she wasn't there. And more importantly, he gave Dolly the note. Like, so he
yes.
knows he's messing up. And so I think it's like he's trying to let the characters yell at him a little bit so that he can, like, play it. But it was really awkward to watch him get yelled at because it was clear he just didn't know what was going on. And then Ben was like, no, yeah, he doesn't know what's going on. And I was like, oh, they really were all coming down his neck. That was crazy.
Definitely. I think this is one of those things that would be, we've talked about this. It's been a few episodes since we've talked about the sort of differences in a table and what kind of is acceptable and what isn't. And when you have professional actors at the table who know how to go in and out of character,
Yeah.
and just more or less let abuse just kind of roll off them because they're like, well, I was in character there, so that abuse wasn't directed at me.
Yeah.
I think it would be very hard for a lot of people to accept that and not take that personally, right?
Yeah.
And maybe Ben did take it a little personally, I don't know, but it I think it was hard to be sitting there, and it was certainly kind of weird watching it. It was like, guys, like, just chill. He's just made a couple suggestions here.
It's not even a bad suggestion.
Yeah,
it's
just
like,
just
obviously
relax
it's coming
here.
from a place of, like, you should think about that for a couple minutes. But, like, it was a good idea. Like, I like, obviously I cringed when he said it, but I understood it was a good idea. So I was like, it's literally the safest way to get them in the tunnels as that they know of. And they discussed that too. They don't know anything about the tunnels. So, like, Radiant suggesting that made sense. It just wasn't empathetic of him.
It was definitely not empathetic, but
that's
yeah.
normal for him. Like, he's not
It is
very good
normal,
at human emotion. We know this. Like,
But yeah,
yeah, it was
think-
just really
yeah.
interesting.
He's slowly trying to learn that.
He's
I think, like,
trying.
the only thing that I think, like, there was also kind of, I don't know, like, some sort of above game bit, because, like, I don't know when it kind of became like a full group scene, but because, like, originally the whole, like, point was he went to Dolly, like,
Yeah,
very,
he talked to Dolly
like,
first.
one-on-one with
Yeah.
that. But I think the others kind of, like, sort of, like, drifted into the conversation anyway. So, like,
No, it
Yes.
was and then he also had a separate conversation too. Like, because
Yeah.
Dolly wasn't there for the second conversation.
yes,
yeah.
So-
Even though she was kind of there, this is one of those ones where I really would have preferred it if he said, "No, you guys need to leave the room now."
Yeah.
I
'Cause
think
it
that
kind of
would
muddied things up
because
a little bit.
just be a
it'll-
little bit more disciplined in terms of, like, because, like, again, I like it in those kind of scenes where it's like, oh, because it's like he wanted to pull her off because he was like, I don't want to announce to the group because I know it's probably gonna be a bad
And
idea.
he knew, because he knew it was
Well,
still going to be uncomfortable. He
Yep.
he acknowledged it was going to be uncomfortable, which is why he wanted to talk to her.
Mhm.
So yeah, having everybody else here is
Definitely.
like,
And that doesn't mean he didn't make her. It doesn't mean he didn't make her uncomfortable by still talk to her on her own, because he still did that anyway.
he still
but
did that. Yeah.
but like, you know, there's still like a little bit there to be.
It was a sign of respect a little bit that he was trying to pull her aside, because then it was like, we can talk about this one-on-one. You can explain to me, and I will listen. And like, because they had a conversation that was similar to that, where he was explaining his point of view and listening to what she said, and like, you know, so it was a similar thing. He was trying to do it seemed like Radiant was trying to do the same thing. It was like, let's have a conversation. And then she didn't like it, and he was like, okay, bet, fair enough. I'm gonna.
And then he started the second conversation with, I think she's overreacting. And I was that was the line I was being like, oh, Ben, you've chosen the wrong dialogue option.
Ben.
That's the Radiant, you chose the wrong dialogue option there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the wrong one.
That
Everyone
was,
dislikes that appears in the top of the screen. Oh
that.
no.
Yeah, that's a great way to get a slap. Basically.
Yeah.
That's
why it's nice to have Action Surge, where they can sit down and like, talk about these.
Yeah, unpack that.
Even
Aoife
was like, Aoife the player would have loved to do that. She just couldn't see Dolly doing that. So it's like, even the players know where Ben and Radiant are coming from with that suggestion. But that's why I love Action Surge, because then you can like hear them talk this out and explain their reasoning to each other, so that like we understand, even if like, you know, the other characters don't understand what they're doing.
Yeah.
So like it was really nice that they like were able to like sit down and talk that out, because that could have been an incredibly awkward situation in all ways, like, because he brought up something that was deeply uncomfortable, and then everyone came down his neck. So like it's really nice to have everybody kind of sit there and like, let's talk about this.
Like there's both, is the line of in character miscommunication versus out of character miscommunication, and just the many layers of that. I was going to use that to also like jump on and sort of say it's a thing with the Action Surge. And I know we're at the end and we're working like backwards.
Yeah, we are.
I'm going to drag us all the way back to the beginning in a second.
Be like, look, I did it again, guys.
No,
I was right again.
I'm bringing us right to the end. I'm going to bring us right to the end anyway. We are out of sync. It's fine. It's all good. But the thing that I wanted to sort of bring on, because it's sort of, I guess, related to all this, the whole idea, this all kind of came about because ultimately, like, you know, heartbreaking, you know, insert like the clickhole article here in terms of like Radiant, you know, kind of being right in terms of they don't have a plan.
Terrible person makes a good point. I think I know the fake headline.
It's that one. It's,
worst person you know makes valid point.
Has just made a great point. It's like you know, not to do that, but like Radiant is right in terms of like, I mean, a lot of this also comes up to the fact of what was interesting about the Action Surge was that they sort of mentioned like, hey, you know, the cast wanting to maybe be a bit more comfortable with outside of the game discussing what the plan is, like rather, you know, because there's like a difference. Harry was mentioning there's like a difference between metagaming and, you know, coming in with a plan. And I just kind of wanted to sort of bring that out because I think it's an interesting discussion thing, because there's like between home games and actual play, the idea of leaving a session at a good point and whether you should, you know, figure out a little plan in everyone's own time so they can come back into the session ready to kind of like sort of jump off it, you know, to what extent that's a good approach versus, you know, everything has to be discussed in character with the knowledge that we know. And like, I just kind of want to like table this motion as just like a vague general, I don't know, topic. Again, this is mostly for, you know, from a D&D point. I just think that was a little interesting thing. And I'm happy because like, I think we're sort of at a point where those kind of things sort of came across because again, Radiant's kind of right there. They don't have a plan. And Radiant was kind of like, okay, cool. Genuinely, what is a different plan? Nobody had any other like things for now. And that's okay because they don't have the situation.
Yeah.
But in order to, you know, get a grips of the situation, they've gotten the little bit of the gist. They've got kind of the ideas. It's like in Blades in the Dark. All roads lead back to Blades in the Dark with me. It's my one line. Is the idea that, you know, you don't need to necessarily know what's going to be fully up ahead in like the actual thing. You know, it's like, okay, there's going to be a whole bunch of people here. We've got our objective. We've got our things. We can just give potentially either an entry point or think about what's the route of our plan. Okay, our route of the plan is going to be infiltration, sneaking. You can then go out of the session and take your break, take your time, think about how you might want to do that and come back in the session so you don't have to think about that on the spot, which I definitely think like we've sort of seen in previous times, like the cast, there's a lot of the cast like really benefit from having those down times for them to, I guess, like think out of character rather than have to make it all in spur of the moment. So I don't know where I'm going with this. Can I just put a question mark at the end and throw it out to the crowd?
Yes. I have experience playing with both of those types of players, Harry. Some people who would talk, who I knew personally, and we would talk about the game outside, like we might not play for 3-4 weeks, but we talk about the game maybe for like 20 or 30 hours in total between the sessions. Right? Talk about how our characters might be feeling in this situation and how, you know, other things that we might do or backstory that would make sense to, you know, should you say something that allows me to go down this particular route or whatever. And you could say that's kind of like metagaming, right? But at the same time, exploring kind of avenues off camera, off content, right? To allow you to come up with a bunch of story beats that you can use at particular points in time, and the other person knows potentially how to react to those things, right? You don't have to, you know, give the whole recipe up, right? To how to bake the cake. But if you at least know that this character wants to go down in this particular direction, it's kind of that classic DM feeling of, guys, look, if you go down this route over here, I've done some cool stuff that I've spent like 50 hours prepping. So you might want to go down this route, right? And there's nothing wrong with like giving your players the kind of hint that is the case, right? Just like there's nothing wrong with giving your fellow players a kind of hint of which path to go down. And then I've also played with people who were like, nope, we're talking about it during the session and that's it. And I don't want to hear about the game apart from while we're playing it, right? Because I don't want to like spoil myself, or, you know, I don't have the self-control or whatever in order to think about that, right? But it's really hard. Yeah. It's exceptionally hard to do the latter when you're trying to make a show, right?
Yeah. Because like, at the end of the day,
none of us wants to sit around and listen to them for 3 hours planning their infiltration.
Yeah,
right.
Just for it to then immediately go wrong, because you know it's going to go wrong.
Yep.
Like there's been the infamous, you know, because in Critical Role that is pretty much what they do, and there's plenty of times in Critical Role, all of the campaigns, frankly, that is the classic. Like, I could tell whenever it's a thing, they've got a thing and they spend the whole episode planning, I'm going to be like, not going to lie, I'm skipping this episode because I know the next episode they're going to go in, do 2 steps of the plan, then it goes haywire. I think for me, like, there's an ideal, like, you know, bit of balance, and it really depends on what the players want. And I think that's a good point what you raised there, because, like, I think a lot of D&D and a lot of these tabletop things, you get a more satisfying story when you treat it outside of, rather than just the, you know, that game. Yep. That game aspect only exists within the game. If you view it more as a show and you're all, again, the collaborative showrunners as part of it, in actual play, like, I'm glad that, you know, they're starting to dip more into that in, like, Natural Six, because, you know, that way they can kind of, like, reduce some of the faff, and even, like, the players can feel a little bit more involved in almost, like, the show running almost, because you get to slightly plan out and think about what do we want to do. And ultimately, I'm going to be honest, you know, if you want to discuss it in person, then there's like elements to do that in the show. But then once you got the gist out of the show, you can flesh out in more detail. Then you can find the ways to communicate that within the show. Yep. I think what that does is it also is nice because it gives the players also ways to help the DM a bit more, actually. Because it's like, you know, the DM has to prep for so much. So if the players can prep themselves for tiny little bits and pieces, I've had my GM is basically just like, you've got this mission. Have a think about how you want to go down through these plans, discuss it in our server before we do so, and then we'll pick the plan. We'll go through the in a nutshell plans once we're in session and be like, pick which one we're going to do. So the GM's prep for the possibilities, you're prep for the possibilities, everyone kind of wins, and, you know, the GM doesn't have to carry the weight of a million choices on their shoulders.
Yeah, I mean, it was clear that it's the same thing with looking at the mechanics. right? And this is why, I like to think about the mechanics, not because I want to rules lawyer everything, but the mechanics give you a framework where things are somewhat predictable,
Yeah.
right? And that, your character and your class has a path, right? So things are predictable. Things happen at certain times based on certain levels. You have a certain set of finite choices that you can go, rather than getting to level 8 and going, oh, well, I'm going to make up some spells now that my character should know, and then I will talk with the DM about whether I can have them or not, right? So not everything needs to be like role played on the spot, right? And the sort of framework of the rules lets you have some predictability to how you approach that stuff in your character, right? There's just less to, as you say, Harry. It's like a little bit of extra prep allows you to kind of not have to discuss in nuance every single point.
And also
right?
it stops you from making irrational decisions you wouldn't otherwise make.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know much to say about that.
Unless you're radiant, and then you'll just make them anyway.
No, but
right?
here's the thing with that. I think, conspiracy out there. Smarter Radiant. Sorry for the Radiant slander, but smarter Radiant coincides obviously with the past. They've had many weeks off of filming. There's been lots of time for them to think over the America tour, the American adventures, the MCM adventures, a lot more time to kind of build and flesh out. And obviously beforehand there was the incident of the misty stepping incident, which is the domino effect, arguably a domino effect that led to a major NPC being killed. If we wanna dramatically put things out onto that front, I think that's kind of a good bit in which I don't really think it's a coincidence that the how potentially Radiant wants to change as a character or build as a character, or how a lot of the characters want to be able to build and feel into their own what they bring to the crew is definitely building over these past few episodes, because there's that
100%.
time for it to ruminate and ferment like a wine.
I think as well, given we're 34 episodes in, the guys are learning this game as well, right? You have to remember that most of them have, before playing, had single-digit hours playing, right?
Yeah.
Or less. So that now you kind of get a sense of what is possible and what isn't. And yeah, there's still going to be a bit of bending the rules at times that gets discussed, right? But that allows them, I think they're feeling a lot more comfortable now to, and I think this was even discussed on this action surge, of you can push the rules, but the whole game's not going to break, right? I, as the DM, will tell you when you have kind of gone too far, right? And they're sort of getting to that point now where they've got a better feel for how to approach those things. I think Ben especially, right? Where maybe initially he felt a little bit overwhelmed with the number of choices and the number of things that were going on. So he just picked the things that in his gut felt right? Whereas now he's being a little more calculated with the choices that he's making, right? And boy, did that come off in the combat, because they were all on point, boy.
Fire.
They were on, the synergy was unbelievable.
So
They were playing D&D.
But
They were playing D&D,
They
baby.
were playing D&D, 5D chess. But before we get onto that, let's cast our gaze and our minds
Hypnotic gaze back.
Cast the
hypnotic
gaze?
gaze back to the beginning of the episode,
Yes.
and the Short Trek and I had a little chat about this while we're during the watch party, and the there was a lot of hand waving with respect to the kobold signs, which I got a little chuckle about. So there are signs. They're only going in one direction, yet you seem to know exactly which direction to go. That doesn't seem quite right, but okay, I guess we're going with it. Alex rolled quite high, I think, anyway, so hey.
I mean,
whatever.
aren't there just like multiple signs that are just pointing in the correct direction?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you think about it, if you reach a line, which direction is the right way? Right? So anyway, they went in the correct direction, or at least so we think. And it's still not clear to me, even after the action surge, nobody has said definitively that this is the kobold cave that they're going to.
They don't know. But they did talk in Action Surge about like whether like how they weren't even sure if they were looking for themselves in the cave. And now it turns out that no, they were looking for the mushrooms that were in the cave. So they might not even know that these caves could lead to themselves.
Yep.
So like it's kind of a bit of a nobody really knows, because coincidentally the group they thought were looking for themselves wasn't actually there to look for themselves. So they might not even know that that's where the party's going.
Yep.
To find a god, because they don't have any kobolds in their rank to tell them that that's where all the signs are pointing.
Mhm.
So like it's all just a big coincidence, a terrible, terrible coincidence.
A convenient one, yes.
I
Yeah.
mean, I hope. I think at this point in seeing is how much it's been. They've been conflated. If it turns out they are just two different caves, I'm wondering if behind the scenes, Harris just kind of like crossed out like one of the caves and just moved all the elements into the one cave. Because I think at
or
that
at least
point,
had them connect to each other, right?
Yeah.
yeah, because I think at that point it's like, okay, everyone's expecting that this is gonna be like the thing, and it's to the point where it's like, okay, it's gonna kind of suck if this isn't the thing. So
Yeah,
like,
this is a very
that's
like
interesting.
Dark Souls. I have cleared the shortcut, which is literally like the starting point and the ending point of this very long thing are like literally beside each other.
I mean,
right?
Yeah.
maybe like
we'll see.
we don't know why there's a stronger strain of somnium that no one's ever found before. It could be
We do not.
creation of themselves to keep people out of the cave if it's that strong that it's not even safe. So
Mhm.
like, who knows?
That'd be fun.
Who knows? That might end up being one of my like
Freddy's.
Yes.
yeah, because like I think that is an interesting, because we were wondering why the caves were blighted. Was that on purpose, or was that like it just leaking down from Velian? So like it's just an interesting question. Like, is it something that the reason why no one ever found it was because it was specially created to protect this cave, or is it just that's where you find the strain, and maybe that's why they chose that cave? Who knows?
Who knows?
We'll find out eventually, I guess.
I hope we will be able to shed some light on that.
Is there a kobold gang who are just who are somniumed up?
Oh my god.
Or do some of these
They're
people
so powerful.
or do some of these people disappear because the kobolds in the caves
Yeah.
already kill them?
See, I have brought you guys a very interesting question.
Yeah.
Is it the mushrooms? We don't know.
Is it
Dude,
the mushrooms? Yeah.
it's not Plato's caves. It's like themselves caves.
No.
Something. I don't know.
My running theory on this is that the caves are the point in the plains that are closest together. Therefore, weird stuff is happening there due
Yeah.
to the Feywild and Rilkuie being close there, and that crossing over is easy, and that's why they're or easier. That's why.
It'd be
Um,
kind of funny
yeah.
if like the I don't know, the themselves like party domain cave or whatever has like, they're like, how do we get to the Feywild? And they're like, oh yeah, it's like back there, and they've got like like they're just chilling in like the corridor between like the corridor that takes you from like one end to another.
It's gonna be like you go to this, this bar, and they've got a bead door, right? You just walk through the bead door, and you're crossed, right?
Yeah. Themselves as doing like passport control.
Cool. We had some weird trees, which were interesting for a moment, and then everyone seemed to just kind of ignore the weird trees for whatever reason.
They just assumed it was more Children of the Midnight Moon weirdness.
Yep.
It's
They were
autumn.
just
Close
like,
enough.
We've had enough. We've had enough.
We've had
It's
enough.
autumn. It's fine.
I was waiting for Harry to say in Action Surge that he was like, I had 20 hours of stuff.
Yeah, around that single tree.
Around this single tree. If you guys just would have engaged with it. But I did like the whole Ben, or Radian in particular, I guess, not Ben, but Radian, trying to convince them all that they were special and that they
there's
weren't.
something going on. Yeah.
And
He had a lot of interesting conversations.
and everything, it was clear that at least it seemed clear to me that Ben had thought quite specifically about which things he might bring up during travels this episode. And one being, so why us? And is that a coincidence?
Ben's finally freaking out. Like they're asking the right questions.
I'm
Why
telling
were
you,
they
they
the
were-
ones to go to freaking Mount Atria?
Yeah.
Why them? Why
Because
why
they
were the fucking web
chosen
doing that
to go to Mount
anyway?
Atria.
Why were the web
Yeah.
on Mount Atria anyway? They haven't asked about that bit.
Like,
Haven't
the
asked
more-
about that.
I think it's the more he's learning about himself and then seeing what's going on around him, he's starting to connect. I'm starting to connect the dots. And another favorite meme of mine, you aren't connecting. But the idea that you had Dolly, who was sold to the web and then portrayed as like a goddess somewhere by this guy who wants to help the Gloam take over the world. You have him, who has this all-powerful deck that they've now found out is older than Reliquia itself. And he's from the Feywild, and he doesn't know who he is, but like the spinner is incredibly interested in what he has going on, which I also really like that moment with him and Dolly, where, you know, they talk about how she sold him out with the deck, and he was like, well, I would have done the same thing. I don't blame you for that. Because, yeah, like, he would have done the same thing.
Yep.
But also, it's like, he has other things he'd rather be mad about if he was mad at her anyway. So I don't think he cares about that anymore. But, like, he's not wrong. Like, one of the only kobolds they've ever seen is in their party. This guy who is now connected to this assassin who's been following them, the only daughter of a powerful family. There's something going on here. I think he's on to something. But, and I love how they were like, maybe you're special. I was like, no, stop that. Stop that right now. Don't do this to me. The whole server already does it. But like, I just thought he's not
just that
wrong.
guy.
There's something going on here. I don't think he's wrong about that. But I love that everyone else just dismisses it
It's just dismissed. They dismissed it so quickly
so quickly.
that I was sitting there being like, guys, like it. I mean, I know you just said like connect the dots, and I'm not going to yes and this, Shan,
No,
right?
it's
But
okay.
it's like, guys, it was just ask the question.
It's a good question.
It's a good question to ask. It's the same thing that we were discussing, I think, before the watch party about the fact that you guys, you're like level 9 now, right? 8, 9?
Level 8.
It's like
Objectively, like you are like being level 8 in D&D. I love doing this in like our own game as well. If you're level 8 in D&D, like you are objectively already very like special. You can do stuff that like 99% of people cannot do.
So
Like,
there's already that.
yeah.
And then there's the
Yeah.
fact that you're immensely more powerful than you were when you started to try and do certain things early on and
Yeah.
ask certain questions. So ask them now. Unless Harry deliberately scales all these things with where you are level wise, which to me just doesn't make sense and doesn't make sense with the kind of way in which he DMs. So he's going to give you're immensely more powerful than you were. So start to push a little bit,
Yeah.
right?
I mean,
on
and
the
it
narrative.
makes sense for him to be the one to ask questions because he's the one who has the most questions in general. He has no idea who he is. Or like no idea why his family abused him, no idea why his family rejected him, no idea why they sold him to the web. He has no clue why he has the deck. Like he's slowly getting information very, very slowly. And like props to him because like Ben's been sitting here knowing absolutely nothing about his character this whole time, just vibing. And maybe that's why his character is crazy, because he's just like, well, but you know, he's sitting here with all these questions because he can't help but ask questions. And he asks a really good, like, guys, he's from the Feywild. Are we not curious as to why the web wanted the guy from the Feywild? I mean, you guys know I have a theory about this, and I could talk about it later. But like, why is no one more curious about what's going on? And maybe it's because everybody's kind of tired, been through a lot. Elowen and Radiant talked about how they don't want, like, they're worried about which
Yes.
Radiant and I bro shit back together. I was so excited. But like they're both worried about so maybe she's more worried about that right now. Dolly just faced her abuser and killed him twice. And Cal just saved a whole town, and I's trying to find the caves. So maybe like everyone's kind of just worried about their own thing, but that was a really good time to like, we're just walking.
Mm-hmm.
Why aren't we talking about this? Because I feel like everyone else should be more concerned about this. I think Radiant was right to bring it up.
100%. Clearly they're not. Clearly they're not.
No, they're not concerned.
And I don't know whether some of it is the kind of like character imposter syndrome almost. Like, oh, my narrative is finished. I don't have anything more to say. That's fundamentally untrue, right?
Yeah.
Like you've got lots to say. You have lots of paths to go down, character beats to explore, etc.
Character's only finished when you die.
Yeah.
When they die.
And
Sorry,
even,
that's
even then,
even then, there's still
even then not.
answers you can find.
Right, I let the intrusive thought win for a second.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
I mean,
Just
even
like
then
Radiant,
not.
it's okay.
Yeah.
And that really puts the whole group in this kind of position of just ask those questions.
Yeah.
You might not have the answers, but now you can start to make some decisions. I think the other thing about this group in particular is it's incredibly deferential to each other in a very good way.
Yes.
Right? And there's a lot of like, no, not now, later.
Yeah.
It's X person's time to shine right now.
Exactly.
And there's a lot of that seems to happen. And I think that's a good thing. Like it's better
Ben
than
has straight up said it. Ben has straight up said he won't do something if he thinks it's somebody else's moment. So
yeah. And you know, you don't need to be the center of attention at all times, right?
Yeah.
So them kind of navigating that, Holly, I think, said at a few action surges, like, oh, I didn't want to be like the third wheel in this conversation. Right. But at the same time, sometimes it's really cool to have your friends along for that conversation. Right. So there's a bit of, they're going to have to figure out how to, if they don't want Harry to kind of narrate for them, and I think he's trying to do this less. He's trying to do less personal exposition, just sit there and narrate things for 2 or 3 minutes at a time. He wants them to explore the things for themselves, right? He's kind of setting up the pins and letting them knock them down rather than explaining, you know, how they were set up. That they're going to have to kind of learn how to explore those complex topics themselves and together, rather than kind of waiting for the NPC to show up who's going to tell them the story, right? Yeah. And it's tricky to kind of balance those two things. It's not easy, right? But we had a discussion about swearing, Shan.
Yeah, we got some swears.
I shouldn't be here for this because I don't swear.
No, but you can say these swears because they're not real swears. I didn't write them all down. I did write down by the 9. Which wasn't that in reference to the Nuggies discussion? Cause that
Oh
was
yeah,
stupid.
Radiant's blue, Radiant's like big
Yeah,
blue nuggets or whatever.
Yeah, they were like berries or whatever. Yeah.
Big blue nuggets
So
of freshness.
by the 9, which is kind of like, what is easy enough for me to think about because that's they say by the 12 in Final Fantasy 14. So it's like, oh yeah, I know this one by the 9, 9 gods instead of 12. Adira is messing with the show notes, everybody. Adira, please.
Whoa, Shan.
She sat on the keyboard to groom herself. I'm so sorry.
Would you be so kind as
Adira,
to
move.
undo that?
Yeah, I'm trying.
Thank
Adira,
you,
please.
Adira, for the good notes of rug time. Yay. You just individually leave it to me. I can I can sort this out.
No, I
Shan.
got it. I thought it would undo it all at once.
Let's all be
and it
quiet
didn't.
so we can acknowledge the like tapping. As
Oh,
Shan
God, I
presses
zoomed in.
backspace on
I
every
zoomed
individual
in.
key.
I'm not doing backspace. I was doing undo. Hold on.
Undo.
There we go.
Oh, okay. Then that's true. That's actually a
Undo.
good point.
I
Yep.
thought it would undo all of it at once.
I'm surprised they didn't undo.
Move it here.
Thanks, Google.
There we go.
Oh, that's cool that was actually drug time, yay.
Drug
And
time,
and that turned
yay.
into rug time, yay, which
Rug
that was
time, yay. Thank you.
Rug time.
Everybody say thank you, Adira.
Thank you,
Thank
Adira.
you, Adira,
Very cool.
for the rug time.
Yeah,
Do you
thank
need?
you
Does
for-
she need to go rug time?
No,
Adira,
she
what's the
just
best
came
Final
up
Fantasy
off the
right now?
rug.
Go. What is your best dice? What is the number? Dice and number. Go.
Food? Do you have food for me?
Final Fantasy.
She
Like,
actually
is there a
does
Final
have
Fantasy
food
cooking
over
mama?
there.
How did you get into Natural 6?
How do you think?
I don't think we can broadcast that.
Nope.
So I'm trying to remember what the other swears were because I didn't write them all down. 'Cause
It was,
I meant to go back and get them, and I forgot.
Underneath, like, I thought it was
I'm
it
sorry,
wasn't
honey.
Laffy. It was one of someone's feet. It was some.
Yeah,
there was a feet
Laffy.
one.
It was.
I thought Laffy was the place. It was confusing.
Laffy is definitely the place, but
But I think it was supposed to be because you're under a mountain.
under a mountain.
That was
yeah.
the
Yeah.
joke.
There were 3 or 4 of them, maybe.
Yeah.
2 or 3 for sure, but maybe there were
Yeah.
4 in total.
Because I was, as some of you may know, I do the spreadsheets for Holly for the the audience vibe check, and so I was waiting for like approval on where we could put a page for it because I offered to do the page, but I all I put was swears, and then I said about 35 minutes in on the spreadsheet, and then I said just tell me where to put a page or whatever. I'm not sure where it would go. So I didn't actually write any of the swears because my intention was to go back and get them,
And listen. Yep.
and I forgot.
Excellent.
Yeah,
But
excellent. I forgot.
in keeping with these swears, we also had a reference to Goth Beyonce.
Gothiance.
Mm-hmm.
Gothiance. Oh, I shut my notebook.
I'm trying to remember in what context the Goth Beyonce was.
I'm actually seeing if I wrote it down.
I just know Goth Beyonce was like said it. Like Holly said it at some point. I don't know why. It was said.
I'll have to go back and
I didn't
listen
write
to
it
that.
down.
I'll have to go back and listen to around
I
that time.
distinctly remember it. Don't worry, I remember it.
It was important enough for me to write it in the notes.
Yeah.
But I also loved the Loot of Loot.
Oh yeah, that was fabulous.
That was fantastic. Love
Yeah.
that.
It was good.
Love that. And that takes us kind of into that combat sequence that they just. I mean, we kind of already said it. Like they were just everything,
Very
just
cool stuff happening.
oh man.
Radiant can cast Blight, which is very funny. Elowen can Misty Step. I wrote down what Alex did. Wind Sprint.
Yep.
Alex did Wind Sprint. And the only reason why I wanted to check was because I was tempted to say it wrong like he did. But yeah, like crazy stuff happening. Several chromatic orb bounce. Just a great time. A good time. Lots of fun combat.
And unfortunately, that slays my prediction because that is not a necromantic spell.
No, it wasn't. I apologize.
But Alex took that from a fairly wacky location. I can't
Yeah,
even
that's what
remember.
Harry said. It was I didn't write it down.
I
but it was
saw
like
it.
something tall grass, something about grass.
It was written down. Give me just like stall
He's
for
got
a few
it.
seconds. It was a cool book. I love homebrew. I love homebrew. One second. What was the thing called again?
Wind Sprint, I think, is the
Wind
name of the
sprint.
spell.
Mhm.
But we had a double bounce chromatic orb. We had the mechanics of it discussed in some detail, which I thought was good.
Yeah. Oh, Hunter's Mark. I wrote down Hunter's Mark.
As well as Hunter's Mark. Hunter's Mark was used at every
Obajima, Tales from the Tall Grass.
Tales from the Tall Grass. I had half of the title.
That's the one. Harry, find a link for me and I'll bring it up.
Yeah, I got you. I think I know why they probably used it, because it's on D&D Beyond, so you can probably
okay.
because it's on D&D Beyond, it probably has integration within it as well. I think it's really cool that they're branching out and doing some more like established homebrewy stuff. The cover art is giving very like what's it called? The
Stop typing.
My Neighbor Totoro almost. Given that kind of like style. Gone what they're called. Studio Ghibli almost.
Yeah. I'm so glad that we're past the AI Studio Ghibli. Yeah, I mean, it looks cool. It looks cool.
It's got 11 subclasses. Very fun. Love that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. You can
new
also
character choices, more
got on
whimsy and
Kickstarter.
wonder.
Let me send you a better one. It's got their actual website here. There's their actual website.
Oh, cool.
Wow, it got $2.6 million on Kickstarter when they had a $10,000 goal. Oops.
That's hardcore. You're not sending me to something that's going to get me banned, right, Harry?
No. Why would that get you banned?
Wow. Looks cool.
Holy.
Looks cool.
Yeah,
I might check it out.
Cool
I might
book.
check it out.
Have you seen Baldur's Spire Secrets by any chance? Or
no.
do you know of that book?
No.
Oh boy. Baldur's Spire Secrets is a very interesting, kind of like similar 5e book. I'll show you it I'll show you it at some point, because it has some decisions that are in that. Like, it's got decisions. Decisions are made in that. It's got like a lot of subclasses, a couple like new classes. Okay. Some of the subclasses are like not great. Some of the classes are absolutely busted. But the thing is like they all have really interesting ideas. Like there's a fighter that is just a mage hand. Is basically a fighter who just you get access to the spell Mage Hand and you can fight with Mage Hand and you can start doing increasingly stupid things. Basically, Mage Hand Master Fighter.
Okay.
It's pretty cool.
That's cool stuff. That's cool stuff. Yeah, I'm maybe just because I haven't played a lot of D&D for a while, many years now actually. I get most of my stuff via kind of indirectly, I guess is the best way of putting it. And that tends to be more vanilla. So nope, very cool. We had bouncing chromatic orbs, we had assassinations, we had Misty Step,
I like that it was triggered by and Alex talked about this a couple times. That it was triggered by kind of seeing a halfling being like accosted by like a much bigger person.
Yep.
Like I think it was an orc.
Mm-hmm.
And so it reminded him of Parvis being like in the hands of the people who wanted to harm him, and so it like sent him into another rage spiral, another eye crash out.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what started the encounter. So I really like that he's sticking to that, like, you know, defensiveness of like the small, like him, like Parvis.
Yep.
Mm.
Definitely. I agree completely, Shan. It was an interesting way to make the decision. Normally, it's Radian who kind of wades in 1st, right? A bit YOLO. And
Yep.
this was, it was interesting to see I act. He's usually the one that is playing more reactive. So it was
Which
interesting to see
Alex
that.
said he wants to do less of anyway as well, which is why he took on a
Yep.
role that allows him to go invisible, so he doesn't have to keep hiding. He can engage in the combat more, because he said he kind of doesn't love how repetitive his combat is, because he was relying on his little rogue hiding and his shooting from the shadows.
Yeah,
So
it gets a little
I can respect that.
gets a little samey, one-dimensional, right? To be doing.
And he said he doesn't get to do anything narratively cool because he's like in the shadows doing stuff. So like by picking up stuff that allows him to engage more in combat, he has more opportunities to tie narrative to his combat, which is like, yeah,
Yep.
fair enough.
Yep.
Yeah.
And to synergize with his party mates, right?
Yes. It was just a very cool combat encounter.
Yep. Definitely. The most lethal I think they had been or felt like.
Yeah, I mean, it was quick. It was not a long
Oh, yeah.
combat session. So no, they are absolutely were lethal.
Yep. Cool.
Do we talk about chromatic orbs?
That's what
well,
we're
I mean,
talking about combat now.
yeah, I
so
mean,
hit it.
orbs.
Chromatic orb.
And chromatic orb. I'm glad he's using that spell. I'm glad he's using it.
Yeah.
I believe in you, Radian. Keep using it.
It was discussed a bit. It's going to become very OP
Yeah.
later on.
Thanks, D&D 2024. Thank you, handbook.
It can only bounce up to 3 times, though. They did talk about, like, it at least there's limits, and he can only hit one person per bounce. Like,
yeah, the problem is as he levels up, Shan, the
He's
number
gonna
of
get more.
bounces,
Yeah,
the number of
true.
bounces increases, right? But
yeah, depending on which spell slot he uses.
yeah, but yeah, at least some limits were put on it because I think the previous, it was like 2 episodes or whatever, it was kind of like, yeah, well, it could just bounce around, it can go back to the original person, etc. So it's good they have kind of
Checked in on that, yeah.
put the rails back on a little bit, or put the guardrails back on a little bit on that. Cool. Anything else we want to say about 34?
So I looked over my notes, and you're right. When Radiant's trying to talk to Dolly, I forgot that Kel just like jumps in.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about that. Because it was 2 separate conversations. It felt like it was 2 separate conversations. Because I was sitting here thinking, like, yeah, they talked about the Somnium, but when I was looking at my notes, I was like, that's weird. The Somnium conversation's not earlier when they were walking. No, it's because they were trying to talk about it. It is nice that Kel stuck up for Radian, because, like, Radian did, when he went to Kel in the first place, was like, how can we do this safely? Because he knew Dolly didn't like it. So he was like, how can we do this? And it was really cool getting Ben's perspective on the whole thing too, on like where he wants Radiant to be coming from and how Radiant sees it, like just once is not addiction. And if you do it, and Harry jumping in, like if you do it ritually, then there's a good chance it won't affect you as much. And like, so it was nice to kind of have like an actual talking about like, Radiant knows he can't convince her, but he's still trying to help her understand where he's coming from, because he already knows where she's coming from. And so it's kind of like a trying to get on even playing field kind of thing. But he did also say, if you guys really don't want me to do it, I won't do it. Which is a huge concession from Radiant, because this is all he wants, because he thinks he can get answers from it. He thinks this is the only way he can get any answers on his own. And given that they haven't found anyone who could give him answers other than Erastus, and there's no guarantee they're going to have that opportunity again, because Erastus, as Harry said, is like the one character they could have had that opportunity with, he's kind of in the weeds again. And now that he's gotten information about himself, it's understandable that he just wants more. That, like, now that he, A, knows something about himself, and B, knows a way to get more information from himself, of course he's going to try and do it. So, like, it's nice that Radiant or Kel was trying to defend him because he had that conversation with Kel episodes ago. So it's nice to kind of see that brought back up. It's nice to see Radiant apologizing for not being empathetic. Good job, buddy. But, like, you know, how he also hints at the fact that he was abused, because Dolly's the only one who knows that.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that he's trying through this conversation to explain where he's coming from and why he is the way he is, and they're still coming down his neck. I did find the part where he was like, where did I say? It was like, Radiant gets mad at getting flack for everyone jumping at him for his ideas and always telling him how horrible he is. But then using that as a jumping point to explain, like, hey guys, I'm not good. But it was a really interesting conversation for him to finally concede, like, if you guys really don't want me to do this, I won't do it. Even though he had just said to Dolly, I'm going to do it anyway. But the fact that everyone is so against it, he's like, fine, okay, I won't do it. And then that's when he uses that point. A couple things happen there, because first you have I doing the Parvis thing, like, why are you fighting? This is stupid. But then you also have Radiant uses that as an opportunity to give Dolly his note, finally, about what he said about her. So lots of stuff happening. Lots of, like, interesting stuff going into our very big combat episode, probably. But yeah, there's just, like, I also loved his stupid little speech, like, we're not gonna die here, we're not gonna die here, we're not gonna die there, we may die somewhere else, I may go down, it might look like I'm dead and someone brings me back and it will look really cool, but we won't die here. I just thought, like, you know, Radiant is so confident that, like, he gets one victory and he's like, we got this, guys.
Bring it.
We're so good, guys. I am the squishiest
Our story
one alive,
cannot
but
end here.
Yeah,
that's the
our
line he
story
said.
cannot
Yes.
end
Literally
here.
cannot end here.
So,
Be careful.
Like, yeah, and, like, there's just so much, like, the it's okay to not be okay conversation. Like, there was a lot of good stuff going on, and now we're all gonna go into some crazy stuff, man.
Yep.
Azrael's wife. I'm just reading my notes and seeing all the crazy stuff.
Just written words Azrael's wife.
I also like I like the way your brain thinks. My brain wasn't working at all. Incredible conversations happening. Also, Radiant thinks he's chaotic, but he's learning. And I remember we all said this in the group chat, Faby girl. He's our Faby girl. Because he's a chaotic little nutcase. Yeah, so I mean, I just think it's crazy that we have all this, like, character stuff going on, and we're not really gonna have any time to linger on it, probably, because we're gonna go infiltrate these crazy caves.
Yeah, I mean, we had like 4 or 5 episodes of just go.
Yeah.
Now we've had a little bit of time to breathe with a sort of
Back to go.
episode and a half,
Back to
and I
go,
expect
go.
we'll have another
Yeah.
2, 3, 4 episodes of go.
Yeah, I mean, there's a good chance, like,
Spelunky.
some of this stuff will get talked about before they, like, because while they're gonna probably do a lot of their planning outside, we might still get some pre-descent conversations, because obviously the audience has to find out what their plan is.
Mm-hmm.
So who knows, but there's a lot of, like, crazy stuff going on.
Oh,
And,
definitely.
like,
Definitely.
Lots of really cool character stuff going on. And I guess part of that is because there's not really been any time to really, like, we had an episode of decompression,
Mm-hmm.
but, like, there's still, like, a lot that kind of, I think, is going on for a lot of them. And I mean, immediately going back into the worry about Dolly, concern about everybody. It's just like, oh boy, everyone's so worried about our princess, our people's princess, and what's going to happen down there. The fact that Holly's afraid they're actually going to become god killers. Who knows? predictions. If they even make it to themselves by the end of the next
If they
episode.
even make it to themselves. I think that for me that's unlikely, but
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna. There's too much
we'll
to
have
get through in these
to,
caves. You
we'll
know.
have to see. All right. Anything else on 35 or on 34? Excuse me.
Not for me. I think we talked about it proper good.
Ready for 35 predictions?
Oh, fudge, yeah. I gotta think about mine right now.
Well, while
35.
we're thinking.
Wait, we didn't go through the predictions from last episode.
Oh, we
no,
didn't.
you're right. We did
Do
not.
that first. Do that
We're
first.
doing that
and then-
right now. Oh my
'cause I
god,
was
this
gonna
episode's
say,
a fudging.
While we're thinking about our predictions, I can also talk about my crazy theory that I finally revealed on the server for anyone who didn't know.
Right.
But go ahead, let's go through it.
Shan
Right.
What did we do?
finally acted like everybody else in spoiler chat and
I
just
did because I've been holding it
threw
came
her
up
great
with it
idea.
It came up to me a couple weeks ago and I thought it was really cool, but like I know the cast goes in there and I was like, this is too crazy. So I told Harry so that somebody would know.
Yeah.
And then I told Jazzy because I was like, why not tell Jazzy he's the spoiler prince? And then somebody mentioned it, I think. Or I mentioned it. I forget what happened. And I was like, well, I guess I could tell them or whatever. And so I told
The
everybody
truth
and then
come
sent,
out.
yeah, and then I sent an unhinged video of me
Yeah.
explaining my thought process. So I guess we'll find out one day.
The truth come out. Does Bruno Mars is gay? That's the real thing.
Check
Um,
check the spoiler chat for
I'll talk.
Shan's
I can
theory.
talk about it if we get time, but let's go through the predictions
Review.
first.
The predictions, episode 34. Let's
I
do it
have
right now.
already stated that mine failed because
I think
Alex.
all of us failed.
I think this was really bad for all of us.
We
Either
all
catch
failed.
not me might take a necromantic spell, might be cause fear. Wrong. Harry,
Oh.
3-word title. Bad, wrong. Cliffhanger related to Iron themselves. Bad, wrong.
Also wrong, yeah.
Completely
Everyone
wrong.
was wrong.
Again, the fudging eye crash don't happen this time.
Yeah.
Gosh
Yeah.
damn it. Look,
Oh,
Shan, Radiant, Somnium, fun drug time. Yay, it was not
No,
fun drug time.
not
There was
fun
no
drug
fun
time. The
that
opposite
happened
of
related to the
fun
talks.
time drug. Yeah.
Yeah,
it was the
yeah.
opposite.
KC Kovac, Return of the Web, Go Northeast. I don't think either of
Nope.
them were technically correct. Although I mean, Gloam and Web technically
No, the
work with
Go
each other,
Northeast
but
is an open
too much grease. Too much grease.
Go Northeast was open ended. So
Was it
we'll-
Northeast though? Because Northeast is like
No,
No.
he said like he thinks they're gonna go there next after the. Yes.
Yeah, because
That
it's
was like a
they're close to
future-
the
Wow.
sort of map's edge, right?
Yeah.
But they
So-
went the opposite direction. I mean, they didn't
Yeah.
go southwest, but they went west effectively.
you got to play the
So-
game. Unfortunately, that one's going to be
So,
a big,
nope, failed.
big, loud and correct buzzer. Damn,
Yeah.
Eh.
we need to be better this time.
Cool. Shall we, since episode 35 is up on the screen now,
Yeah.
what are we thinking for 35?
Radiant casts 3 third-level spells and 2 second-level spells.
3/3, you said?
Yeah, I'm just throwing it
Okay.
out there.
And two level.
2 second level, yeah.
In the
yeah.
spirit of Radiant Fun Drug Time.
Okay.
Yay.
I f-
Don't forget the yay.
Yay.
Or fun rug
Um,
time, even.
Fun rug time.
Rug time.
I think he'd prefer rug time, but
Rug
yeah.
time. I feel like Radiant, there's the opportunity here for Radiant to have a very different reaction to Somnium in these caves than the other
I was
members.
thinking the same thing. We're on the same. All right, go ahead, say it because I'll say.
So I think it's the opportunity for Harry to weave in some flashbacks or story beats for Radiant because he has been trying to do that
He has
for
really been.
literally, I don't know, 5 or 10 episodes at this point, and
Yeah.
Ben just keeps failing the saving throws.
Yeah.
So I think it's time.
So radiant flashbacks
Due
due
I'll-
to Somnium.
Due to Somnium exposure. I will
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was wondering whether he would volunteer to go in the one tunnel that has all the somnium
Oh,
because like, because he's an idiot.
Don't worry, guys. I'll go in this somnium-shaped tunnel.
Volunteer.
Don't worry, I'll
Yeah.
be fine. Radiant walks in there, immediately just starts like rolling around
like,
with all the
like it's
somnium.
it's a drastic situation. It's not like like they get there, they see the issue, and he's like, I might have to like, I'll do the Hortensia on my face, whatever, but I think I need to go in there, situation. So that was what. So it was something similar. So I might be like, hold on. We need to come up with a non-radiant one though.
Yeah,
Yep.
can I change mine because I don't want it to be all radiant. I'll change mine.
Okay, go ahead.
I want to change mine to
I'm
one
gonna
very
come up with a
simple.
second
I
one.
think
Don't worry about it.
Elowin fails a stealth check.
Okay, that's a
Ooh.
good one.
Elowin
one.
fails a stealth check.
We would need.
It doesn't matter if the group succeeds the stealth check, but one of those things. Elowin, fighter, probably wearing things. I don't think she has disadvantage, but at some point, like, you know, I'm used to my
Because-
fighters having disadvantage on stealth.
She has high dex.
Damn it.
She is rolling those with a modifier, right?
Yeah.
But
Budget.
yeah.
I'm still going with it.
I hesitate to even say this, Kenneth. I did not ask you specifically to find this out. I don't know how many stealth checks Elowin has even rolled. Period.
That's why I'm making it. That's why I'm going bold with this.
Yeah. All right. Elowin fails a stealth check.
I'm trying to think of another one because I feel like there's a lot of opportunities here
Mm-hmm.
because things are so crazy. I was gonna say split the party, but I feel like if they split the party, it would be a very small split. Like I feel like it would be one person off.
One person. Yep.
Yeah, because they need people in case there's combat.
Yeah. If I goes ahead potentially, and
Yeah, that was another. I was thinking or like I said, Radiant or I taking a separate way in. I'm trying to think if there's. Maybe they try to trick the Gloam again, because they think they still have the ropes and stuff, and
because
they
that's
have
worked
more
so
information
well the
now.
last.
Well, yeah, but
3 or
they
4
have more
times.
information now. They know Lilith.
Yeah.
How much do these
Not
people
by-
know? They don't know
Not
that
by
Haven
much though,
fell.
right? Not by much though, right?
Probably not.
Anyway, it is completely possible that they attempt to do that again.
I'm just so torn on what my second.
I was kind of
would be.
hoping
There's
that
so many
Dolly would
options.
Mantle of Whispers a Gloam finally and
Yeah,
learn some
that
more
would be a
stuff,
good one.
but it was too late at that point.
Yeah.
So
I'm
at
trying to think of what would be
at
a
least she
good
Mantle the
one.
Whispers Nox so that we got a little more information.
Oh, maybe I could. You know what? Hank and or you going into the tunnels to reconnaissance. That's my.
Ooh.
There you
There
go.
we go.
There you go.
Hank
Good answer. Good
or
answer.
You reconnaissance in the tunnels.
Reconnaissance.
I had to make sure I spelled that right. That's why I say it that way, so that I remember how to spell it. But yeah, something
Oui, oui.
like that. Oui, oui. Bonjour. Oui, oui. Baguette.
All right.
Yeah.
Very
I
cool.
think that's everything. I think that's everything.
Are we removing the spoliers? We're doing.
Well, do you want to hear my crazy theory?
Let's do it.
Crazy
Let
theory.
it go.
Yes.
Let it do.
All right.
Let it go.
Let's.
So
We're
I
gonna
don't know
make.
if Doc knows it.
Let it go.
We're going to
Let it
make it
go.
crazy theory.
Crazy
Is now
theory
the
time.
topic. Yep.
Okay, crazy theory time. So it occurred to me, like we saw Radiant had game with a golden-haired woman, assuming, and so my theory was that Radiant is not the child because I think that's too easy. I think he's the father. I think the child is Theolon's. Simply because Theolon, if the child was the one who did the damage, right? Just putting that in the air, or because she was left as she was, I feel like there's something deeper going on there. So it was either someone from the Feywild killed her and had a respect for her. So it still could be Radiant, 'cause I know Radiant is a popular theory for who did the killing. But if it was like, not that, I was like, well, what if like Radian came to the Feywild in the first place to get the kid, or like found out about the kid, whatever. And it's like, well, this is bad. This is not allowed. I should probably go deal with this. And you know, the crazy random happenstance that causes him to come here. He loses his memory, whatever. But I was thinking that it was like Radian and Theon had a kid, and that's not allowed. Maybe that was part of the deal. No procreation for the gods. And she did it anyway, and like maybe the child was kept secret for a while, whatever. And then the Gloam stuff all happened. I know that Jazzy was saying that it felt like it could be, you know, with the same evidence I had, with the fact that Theon had golden hair, and we saw him cuddling with a golden hair baddie, in that flashback. And like this idea of, well, he thought the Spider Prince was perhaps the child, but if that they're not mutually exclusive. So it's like, what if part of his obsession, like his concern or his watching over Radiant, is because he knows who Radiant is and doesn't want him messing around with his business or whatnot, or remembering who he is, whatever. But it's also like, I was like, is it like a mission? Like, is this an official mission from the Feywild, and that's why he has the deck? Because like that seems like a really powerful relic to just give a guy who went to on to lose his memory. Or is he there on his own and he like took that thing? Like, who is he to the Feywild? Whatever. But like, my theory was that the child is Radiant's, because I thought it would be funnier that he was a dad than if he was the child himself. I think that would be funnier.
So we have basically, this is beautiful. We have moved from Radiant Reborn theory to Radiant Riz theory.
No, you could still, Radiant Riz theory is very funny. Like, Radiant Reborn theory is I still think it should be on the table. Like, I don't think we should cancel it.
It should always be on the table. It's
can't
so
say-
over. It's unbelievably over. But
I mean, now that we know that
Radiant
he's
Riz
from the
Lord
Feywild.
theory, I'm here for it.
Riz Lord. It's funnier to think that he had Riz and had a child with a goddess
Radiant
than
Daddy.
it is to think that he is the child. I just think it would be really funny. And I think there was a phrase I said that I can't technically say on the podcast, but I was like, what if he's not a god killer, but a god? Very
By
funny.
the Niner.
Yes. I just think it would be really funny. I think it would be a really silly thing to happen. It would explain some stuff, but not like all of it, obviously, because we still, like, he's failed all these checks. We have no idea what's going on with him.
Yeah.
But Jazzy also mentioned in a action surge, Harry said there's a version of this where Radiant is as old as Reliquiae itself. And I don't remember which one that's from, because it must have been a long time ago.
It was a long time ago, but I remember.
But that when he said that, I was like, yo, my
I think that
theory
was
has
like
feet.
13. That would have been like 13, or whenever they're talking more about elves.
Yeah. So like because we don't know how long the elves live for in this world, especially if they're from the Feywild. Yeah. It's a whole different ball game in the Feywild. And now that we're finding out that people existed during the war as well. So like there's just a lot of, so personally I was like, that would be really funny if Radiant was actually the father of a child. Like, he's not the dad who stepped up, or he's just the dad who forgot he was a dad. And like, I'm not like holding on to it super tight. I think it's really funny. If we get more evidence, I'll find it really funny. I'll find it really crazy if because everyone was like, no, wait, this actually would make sense. And I was like, that's crazy, because I thought I sounded insane when I texted Harry about it.
No, it sounded cool.
If he's the father, that like cue the Maury audience sounds in the background. Like, it'll be so funny to me. I think it'd be really funny if the the rest of the party found out he was a dad. Would be like, this man with a child.
Radiant dad art could be very funny.
Here's funny.
Here's the main thing of why I think that's just really funny.
Yeah.
Like, I just think that's really funny, because then the optics are, if you're thinking, if Spider Prince is the child, then the optics is that the Spider Prince just basically put his dad into work for him.
Like, put him in an abusive
and then
situation.
tried to kill him.
And put him in an abusive situation.
Yeah.
Really torture. Like, and that's another reason why I'm like, if the Spider Prince really is the child, and the child had a bitterness towards his father,
Then yeah,
great
it's
way to do it is to keep punishing him. Just
Yep.
keep putting him in the worst situations possible.
Yep. Nope. It's a great crazy theory.
So
Shan.
we'll see. I think it's funny. I really appreciate that people brought details that enforced my theory, because I was like, this wasn't meant to be serious, but now maybe it's serious. I was just so worried when I put it in spoiler chat, because I was like, they're gonna see this, and one day we're gonna find out how wrong it is. But wouldn't it be funny if I was right?
It would be. I think
we do know he has game. We know he has game, and it was probably with Theon. That's
I think
all we
the
really
levels
know.
of Shan vindication would be somewhat
like there would just be a whole thing where me and Doc are just quiet the entire time. It's just Shan vindication the whole time.
You couldn't take me anywhere. I would be, what's the word? There's
Vindicated.
a word. No, not just vindicated.
Insufferable?
When you're like really, I would be completely insufferable. Ben Star levels
of insufferable.
You know what happens?
I love Ben. I love Ben. I need to
be
emphasize I love Ben. But I would be terrible. I would be
if that
super
happens,
obnoxious.
here's what we do. All right.
Uh-huh.
If Radiant Rizlord theory turns out to be true, what we do is we
Should I change that? My name to that on this? No, I like not in this action economy, but Radiant Rizlord.
Just put it in your description. Put it in your description.
Radiant Rizlord is really funny.
Yeah, the Radiant Rizlord theory creator.
Yeah.
That's what you do. So here's the
that
thing.
man has no Riz.
If that's correct, if Radiant Rizlord theory is real, what we do then is the next podcast episode after that happens simply has to be us two are literally just sitting in the corner whilst like we try to get Ben on, and it's just Ben and you, and like Ben's mic is muted the entire time, and you just talk.
You're just talking?
You just talk and do the entire thing.
Yep, just by myself, Ben Star watching.
The thing
you guys in the corner.
I will throw a wrench in
Go for it.
a spanner in this theory, only for the added entertainment value, which is
I mean, I think it's very funny. So go ahead.
Which is that we don't know whether he actually has Riz. That could have been his mother.
You cuddle with your mom like that? I mean,
Right?
that is very funny though. But like, I don't know that I would cuddle with any of my family members like that at all. But that's just me. We have a very contentious household right now.
Elves are affectionate.
I have wanted to go, but it's the fact that he specifically said golden hair, and we've met a golden hair Feywild elf before is just kind of crazy.
Yep.
So I mean, I'll have to listen to the flashback again because it's been like a while.
It's been a while. Yeah.
And he failed the role. So, Ben, please, I'm begging you, just please pass. I need more information.
Cool. Are we done with crazy theory?
I think that's my theory.
Radiant Rizlord theory.
Radiant
right.
Rizlord theory. I gotta
crazy
put that
theory
somewhere.
is up. We're upping.
Oh, do you want
Get your
the
mops out.
spoon or the baguette today?
Oh, fudge.
I think baguette is on point.
Okay, baguette.
Any other business? Harry is extracting things.
Man, I
Whoa.
did like that. Oh,
Buddy, why do you have shears?
I got a garden outside.
Uh-huh.
He's cutting.
okay.
Got brambles.
Yep.
It's like a mop for outdoors.
It is like a mop for outdoors. You are absolutely correct.
Got the safety thing on, so I cannot be hurt.
Uh-huh.
Oh boy, he will be hurt anyway.
I can't be hurt. It's fine. Ow.
Audio listeners, you can thank Harry in the comments section for your lack of eardrums now.
Wait, I try.
Any other business, guys?
I do want to thank the cast for answering my question on the AMA. That was very cool, very fun. and watching them debate how to say my username was also very funny. And loving how the one person who knows my name didn't chime in at all. Incredible stuff happening on Natural Six television. But yeah, this was very cool. Thanks, guys, for answering my question. I'm glad you enjoyed it. That's why I can't change my. That's why I can't change my name to Radiant Rizlord Theory, because I like not in this action economy too much. They told me not to change it.
Mm-hmm. I had something I was going to mention, but I can't remember.
Uh-oh,
it now.
I ruined it.
It can't be. It can't have been that important.
It'll come to you.
Oh, maybe we do. Yeah, we should probably do now. It's come back like a tsunami. Shan, which is I don't know whether we will have an episode here in a couple of weeks, because I will be away.
Okay, good. I'm glad we're talking about this because I've just realized right now I'm not here in 2 weeks.
Oh my god! So
we're having a live production meeting on air.
It is going to be the Shannon podcast that week.
Dude, Radiant Rizlord Theory next time. It's going to be confirmed. Radiant Rizlord Theory, new host, Jazzy, friggin' Ben Starr.
Wouldn't it just be totally appropriate if the Rizlord Theory is proven and we're away, so we can't talk about it?
I would literally be the worst. I would be the worst person in the world if that
actually censorship. It's actually censorship.
Actual censorship. I'm being censored by Natural Six and the SixPackPodcast.
Yeah. All right. Let's roll some poly then, I guess.
Yeah, we should. Yeah, let's do it.
So we'll probably be back first week of September then. I think.
So far away.
It's going to be a while. Yeah.
Wow.
We'll see. I'll see whether I can make 2 weeks from now work, but I don't know.
We're doing it without me, unfortunately.
I don't know how we'd be able to make it work without Harry. So maybe we end up with 2 guests. Shan.
Bring Towie back on to replace the mod with the other mod.
Oh yeah.
I could also do like I was gonna joke and say like I could do like a fake live show on the server and see who shows up, just like talking about it. Maybe not on the Tuesday, maybe on the Tuesday.
If you did that, like genuinely, I could give you access to the you could have access to the stage.
He's gonna make me a mod for it.
I can't do that. I actually cannot do that.
I'm rolling my poll.
Rolling.
Ooh.
Oh, it's not good, guys. Oh, it's so bad.
Redeemed by the D100.
It's so bad.
I get 2 rolls on the same. If I get 2 rolls on the same guy, do I get to target a new player? Do I get to do a second target and roll again? That should be a thing that they should start adding to roly polies. If you roll 2 of the same number, you get to roll again. I'm not gonna overcomplicate it, but
okay,
you know,
Ben Star.
Yeah, but we should like pitch that.
Oh, it's so bad.
Why are you? I tried to open up my calculator and it tried to open defragment and optimize drives in my system settings. That's so cool. Thank you, Windows.
How's your new RAM, Harry? Are you?
Yeah,
it's all working okay?
Let me tell you how much I'm running at right now. I'm running at 3200 megahertz, which is correct. 32 gigabytes. Lovely jubbly.
Sweet, man.
This number plus this number. Ooh, that's not the number plus this number.
Bad.
I think you need to just manifest greatness.
I already rolled. There's no manifesting. It's done.
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling pretty good.
When we talked a couple weeks ago, it's done. I'm done. It's over. We were talking about Claire Obscure Expedition 33.
Right, yeah. I'm gonna go straight in because again, we're just abandoning all rules this week. 105.
123.
Damn it! Did you get Shan? Did you get above or below 50? I'm gonna predict below 50.
What did you get, Doc?
123. 32.
I got a 32.
While Harry was saying 32 gigs of RAM, I inverted the numbers in my mind, and I thought it was 132, but then I was like, that's not right, and then I had to recount it. Count it again.
I
It's
had
123.
132.
But so I did not get 132. I got 123. A little bit of numerical dyslexia there.
Mad. Terrible.
Cool. Got your D20 out?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to put the rest away 'cause I
Roll.
can never remember where they go in my little
I got
natural
5.
6 dice thing.
19.
Oh, damn.
13.
Oh my gosh. Doc, it's your choice first or last.
I'll go first this time.
Hey.
Shout out to you guys for putting up with me for another week. And long may the Rizlord theory.
Radiant Rizlord theory.
I really want to change my name to it, but not in this action economy is so good. Harry really likes it.
Yep.
Like,
Keep
DM
that.
Harry.
You don't look. If you change it, you're going to have to put your name in spoiler tags
I know.
because you don't want to tell the cast about your theory.
No, well, I'm sure they saw it is the problem because everyone was joking about it. I'm sure they've seen it.
I'm sure they've seen it.
I'm sure someone has seen it and mentioned it to the others
So,
because they read that chat back.
and shout out to all of the very cool, and maybe even will intersect the art showcase with this. There's been some very cool fan fiction written.
Yeah, we've got fanfic.
Yeah,
There was
and-
fanfic before, but it was only 2.
I mean, I'm convinced there is obviously more that people have written, but they've just not had the encouragement, I think, to publish stuff. So very cool that some of that stuff is making its way out. Very happy about that. So shout outs to everybody who is not just arting with the brush, but arting with the quill.
Arting with your mind.
Yep.
I mean, both are, but
So shout outs to that. And yeah, watch this space. We'll let everybody know whether we're going to do an episode here in a couple weeks or not. That's it. Thanks,
fabulous. It's time for Shan then.
Mhm.
Action economy.
Not in this action economy, baby.
Not in this action economy / Radiant Rizlord theory creator.
Radiant Rizlord theory. I can't edit my thing right now because I have streamer mode is enabled, so that's kind of dumb. Shout out to Spoiler Chat for embracing my crazy theory because I was really scared to post it because it felt like super out there. And I'm like never in there because I feel like I have nothing good to say, and I'm like I forget half the stuff that happens, and I'm not very good at predicting, as we've talked about, because like these guys are so unpredictable. So, you know, and shout out to you guys, obviously, because I think you put up with me more than we put up with Doc. I think I'm the problem child, and that's okay. I've always been. Shout out to, I'm trying to think like who I even have to shout out. I've just been tired, sad, and sick. Shout out to I don't know, man.
Neil
Natural
Newborn.
6. Shout out to Ben.
Dead Tape?
Congratulations,
Oh
Ben.
yeah.
That's what it was. That's what I was trying to remember. I was gonna shout out Ben, but I couldn't remember why. Congratulations on getting married. Good job. You did it.
Quest complete.
Congratulations to the polycule, as I said in general when the picture got posted of the cast all together at his wedding. Congratulations and good work. Shout out to, I don't know. I'm looking at something. Macaroni for telling me just to draw. Just shout out to you. I keep forgetting to draw, but I keep remembering that you said that. That was really nice. And I don't know that I have anything anything else. Like my brain is coming up empty this week. Shout out to
I
the
think
Savannah
that's
Bananas. I
fine.
don't know. Yeah.
Insert Shia LaBeouf just do it meme.
Just
Shout
do
out.
it.
The Panama Bread or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Panama Bread. Or should I
Panera-
have I
Panera
stolen?
bread?
Panera bread.
Yeah. Have I?
I was
Okay.
like, what's Panama bread?
Panama bread.
Shout out to Panama Bread. Also shout
I'm
out to
Googling
Jazzy
Panama
B,
bread
whose
now.
birthday it was recently as well. It was Jazzy's birthday recently, right?
It was.
Yes, it was.
Yes. Good.
it was.
Great.
You are
Good. Good.
correct. Shout out to
I'm
Alex.
so-
Happy birthday.
Yeah, shout out to
Alex.
Alex for his birthday. Shout out to Jazzy for his birthday. Shout out to Mark from Crafted Campaigns. It was his birthday at some point. Shout out to
Yes.
everyone who has like birthdays in general. Just like so, you know, shout out to all of you. Shout out to Shan for like, you know, coming after like not being in the spoiler chat for ages, coming down from like, you know, the friggin' Nepalese like mountains, like the monasteries coming down enlightened to embrace upon the world in
Been
the
hit
spoiler
with
chat
the-
once.
Been hit with the radiance chromatic orb of prophecy.
Be hit with the
Yeah.
chromatic orb of prophecy. It bounced like 10 times because you're rolling it at 9th level. And you know, embracing us with Raging Rizlord theory and then disappearing up back towards the Nepalese mountains for another 50 years of meditation. Shout out for Doc Rule that you do as well. And oh gosh, I was gonna have something more to say. Yeah, shout out to John Hamm, who like I is it John Hamm okay to shout out? I don't know.
Sure.
You can
Basically,
shout out whoever you
shout
wanna
out
shout
to
out.
John Hamm, the actor for Don Draper in Mad Men.
Good job.
I'm learning.
Well done,
Wow.
Harry. Harry, when is this game? You already mentioned that you're potentially that you're working on. When is it coming out?
Like,
Yeah.
I think it's vaguely coming out like autumn,
Okay.
vaguely autumn. But
All
it's,
right, well,
it's vaguely autumn.
Let us know as soon as it
Yeah.
Yeah.
a release date.
I'm pretty sure I
is-
can talk about it. I'm just kind of like, I don't want to get my hopes up.
No,
because whenever I
don't-
talk about
don't get
things
yourself-
explode.
Yeah,
don't-
and don't get yourself in trouble either. On
Yeah,
our
no,
account.
yeah, absolutely. Be mysterious. I give misinformation. I'm working on Undertale. Nah, I'm working on Deltarune. No, I'm not. Yeah, it'll be out in like autumn.
You heard it
then-
here first.
cool.
Harry is working on Silk Song.
Yeah, I am indeed. I'm sorry to say it. We have like rebooted Silksong. We've had to, you know, there's like a lot of things that are wrong with the project, so I had to take it all out and start again. It'll be done by the end of this year, though. Don't worry. Yeah, generally shout out Team Cherry for Silksong still existing. Good for them.
My friend, I gotta tell you, I said that to my friend. I was like, look, it exists. And he was like, no, I will not believe it until I have it downloaded and I'm playing it. Like, I will not.
Oh,
But he's like, I forget what he said. He said it in such a funny way that I was like, that's kind of scary. He's like, no, I know. But it's been so long. And oh, here it is. It's been so long that I won't believe it's real until I'm playing it. The Silk posts have become impossible to distinguish from real news. What if someone hacked Jeff? And I was like, good Lord, man. He was like, yeah, I'm cooked.
This was in a response to the fact that
It's gonna
not-
be at Gamescom.
demo will be
Yeah.
available at Gamescom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
that's it.
Last but not least, there apparently is a Panamanian bread called Ojalda. So if you're interested
Panama
in
bread.
Panama bread, it does exist.
Nice.
Right. Ciao for now, guys. See you
Parry it,
soon.
Gustav. Parry it.
Oh,
Parry the
God,
good
not
goddamn
again.
thing, Gustav. Parry it. Parry it. Parry it. Parry it.
Bye.
Parry it.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Help me.